So he went away, came back, and he kind of injured his knee in that fixture. I think it was on the plane. Literally, the lady with the trolley like licked his knee.
Oh, I hate that. Hate that. Bang.
Licked it. So he needed the ups, and he never really recovered.
Come on, he's made of glass.
Wait, he got hit by the trolley and needed an operation.
That's a headline, boy. Boateng got injured by Ryanair. That's mad.
Oh, I've never snitched in my life. I will snitch today.
Do you think the manager's going to kick you out for all of this? Some of us, but not me, because I'm the best player there.
You're the best player.
I'm the best player. I'm definitely the best player.
That's a good one. What's the girl's name?
I wasn't with no goal, boy. If it was Adam, then that's on Adam.
We didn't say girl, boy. We said girl.
JD, what happened to your hoodie?
My hoodie, I left it with my sister.
What?
You know you're going to get kicked out if you don't start telling us the truth.
Wait, I'm telling the truth.
No, but you tell us the truth though.
This is the truth.
Well, we want the truth then.
The truth.
Well, I'm not here for games.
What are you doing with your head? Huh? What are you doing with your head?
My head?
Yeah.
Level 1.
They'll say what you doing with that when you said it goes
Oh,
on there like it's toxic.
I don't put no.
I just seen you put something on you.
Tell him you use it on your as well, bro.
Nah.
Oh.
Jason,
You're not supposed to tell him, bro. You're not supposed to tell him, bro.
Oh my days, let me put my hat on.
You wore that hat last episode, you know.
So, you wore those glasses.
Well, I need to see. Well, what are you gonna say?
Hey, 15 love.
Oh man.
Filthy at 5. We've got another legendary guest.
Legend.
Premier League winner. FA Cup winner. League Cup winner. Playoff winner.
That's a CV, boy.
A legit wonder kid, by the way.
Wonder kid.
We'll talk about that. Welcome to the show, Joleon Lescott.
Thank you.
Bad man. Yeah. Trust me.
Does the playoff winner thing, does it hold weight with the championship, man? Like, you know, like the championship bad boys. Obviously, if you won champs, no one can't talk to you. But if you won a playoff, have you got bragging rights as well?
I don't know. But to be fair, people always say, if you ain't winning the league, it's probably the best way to go up. Like the championship from you think teams that win the league and then teams that win the playoffs, you don't really remember who goes up second, yeah.
They tried to introduce a
trophy,
a medal or a little trophy.
Really?
For the second place team.
Oh, it was rubbish.
What, for the second place?
Yeah. It was rubbish.
Nah,
it was bad, it was bad.
The bonus covers that. Yeah, I mean, you're good. The bonuses are the same, man.
See.
Can other some say, I went Napa with your brother.
Wow.
Years ago, Jordan and the man them.
Yeah, wow.
You wasn't there.
No,
You've been a professional.
Yeah, man.
My brother.
But I know what stock you're from. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Whoa. My kids are watching this, you know.
My kids are watching too.
We usually start these things with like, well, how did you get into football and that? But I want to start this one different, man.
Go on.
Oh wow.
Well, usually when footballers come, I do the job of Googling the fights they've had. So I typed in
fights?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I typed in Joleon Lescott fight.
Uh-oh.
I couldn't find any.
Oh, what?
But you're from Birmingham. So there's fights.
Yeah.
So is there anyone you punched up or punched you up?
in the game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was from a team that was like, we were built different, like Nathan Blake.
Yeah. Oh, legend.
He can throw it down, man.
Is
it? Like, he can have it. Paul Butler as well, centre half. He could,
So no one tried
could
it.
have it. So I was like, growing up in that. Paul Ince obviously as well could have it.
Wow.
We had like a
Colin, Scottish guy?
Colin Cameron.
Yeah, man.
Boy.
Yeah.
10 man will bite ya.
That's what I'm saying. That's a bad boy team.
Anything will happen with them guys, to be fair. We had a few Scottish.
And we had a guest on there that said that he's the toughest, strongest guy he's played against. Who was that?
Kaz. I didn't sure
Kaz said that, did he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He said that. Yeah, let's
He
go.
said that, he said, I don't care who you talk about, but I have to mention it. The toughest, strongest, who gave me the hardest time, Joe Lescott, as Colin Kazee Richards said that.
To be fair, strength-wise, that was my thing. That was my pace. You know what I mean? So if it come down to it, I used to back myself.
Was there any players like that you thought, okay, obviously you're strong, but ooh,
Gifton Noel Williams.
Oh,
Gifton,
mate.
From Islington.
I've been watching him recently on the show.
Bro.
Yeah, because he's training the kids.
The
then,
dreads,
innit?
yeah. When I said Gifton, I said there's only one Gifton.
He's national team. Nah, he's national team now for gonna say.
Go on.
It's
Barbados or
it's not
Guadeloupe.
Grenada.
Grenada, okay.
That's
Definitely.
it. Yeah, he's
Or
national
Guyana.
team for that. Yeah, I
Is
remember
it?
like
Yeah, it shows on Sky, innit?
the ex-Watford coach came to Wolves and we were playing him. He said, I know you're strong, but don't try it against him today. His shoulders, wow.
Is it because he's actually strong or the way he uses?
Both. He was like, his shoulders were like square. Like his name was written across. You know, like Sean Phillips was like arched. His was like square. You know what I mean? So him, John Hartson as well. John Hartson made me know.
John Hartson's crazy.
So you're naming all players that are just strong and big. Like, are you one of the people that say that the players, the defenders nowadays have it a bit easier because there's no one playing against them?
Yeah, it's different requirements now, innit? You know what I mean? So when you talk about that, like the kind of diversity within the strikers, like you faced Drogba, then it was Rooney, then it was Henry, then it was Yakubu, then it was
Shikubu.
You know what I mean? There's players that people don't respect to the same level now. Like if you go back to say, not the top tier striker, but that time you say Yakubu, you say like Kenwyn Jones.
Wow.
You say
Trinidad, you know.
Ben?
Who? Sorry.
Darren Bent?
Yeah. But he wasn't known for his strength, but he was running. But in terms of quality, like the man
Jason
got 100
Roberts?
goals. Yeah, Jason Roberts.
Yeah, he was a
Oh,
hard
Roberts
dive.
was a
I
unit.
used to clean his boots at Wolves.
Is it?
We had a fight. That yeah.
Is it?
Nearly had a fight, and we were close, really close.
Jason Roberts.
When you threw the boots at you and said, yo, clean my things.
Nah, this is when we were playing. So he was. I used to clean his boots, and we just friends. And then we obviously got into the first teams. Like he was at Wolves because he was at Wolves and made a name for himself at West Brom. You probably know him from West Brom. And then he was at Wigan, and we played Wigan, and the ball's coming, and he's elbowed me in the face. And you know, as a player, you know if someone's done that accidentally or on purpose. And I felt he did it on purpose. I was fuming. So then the ball's coming, and I've like let him like take a touch, and he's took a touch, and he's gone to like head it. I've tried to like axe him in the face, like high foot.
I thought you said we got an axe. What game is this?
Golden axe. But
Old
then,
school, you know that, yeah? Come on.
But then I tried to axe him in the face and that, and then missed it. And then I just was hot the whole half, and then I was waiting for him in the tunnel, and yeah, it just got diluted. And
We spoke about this recently when people were hot. Who got taken off? Had to get taken off. Someone was here. Another guest.
Heskey.
Heskey, yeah.
M's another one. M's another one. Yeah. He was the first like one that could jump, and then whilst you're going to head it, he's chesting it down, and yeah, M was different, strong.
So who would you say like the toughest striker you've gone against? Like not even just like strength, like it gave you headache.
The worst player, Louis Saha.
Is it?
Was it?
I heard that, yeah.
Mate.
Saha's different though, man.
Mate.
Saha's different. Like, come on, guys, man. You don't know this. Saha's different.
Saha was both-footed, like strong. He was the first player that made me know like there was another level
Is
to where I
it?
needed to be. Yeah. So I played against him.
Saha.
He was cold though, but
Of course, he
this is
was
mad.
like remember when they got promoted from the championship and they was like walking away with it. So like first 10 games, I think they'd average like 2-3 goals a game. We're playing them at Wolves, and I'm like thinking this is gonna be tough and that. So preparing for it. And this is before like analysis and all that. So you just seen what you seen. You didn't really get all the access to everything. And then we played them with 0-0. First time they dropped points, and I got man of the match. So I'm thinking, yeah, I've done all right. And that fast forward 3 weeks, we're playing them in the cup. So I'm thinking it's gonna be the same, and he's thinking it's not gonna be the same. He gave me a taste. Made me really realise like there's a whole other level.
What was it like? It's just intelligence pulling you
everything.
about.
I'd never faced someone that was like stronger, faster, more intelligent, technically all the elements that you probably base the game on.
Yeah,
it was like all of them in that one time. I was like, if someone's faster, I'm stronger, or you know what I mean, tactically, yeah, but it wasn't that.
He had bad hair at that time as well.
Relaxed. Yeah.
Is it? Were they talking as well?
No
talking, just giving you a hard time saying nothing.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was just efficient.
Am I right
business.
in thinking Saha was at Newcastle and then dropped down a level?
And then went to France, and then they come back to Fulham. John Tigana.
Yes.
What a legend John Tigana is.
He brought a couple of players. Steve Malbronk, we brought him there as well.
Player.
Bad.
That's Tottenham, wasn't it?
Nah, he was Fulham.
Was it Fulham
Fulham
first?
Fulham to Tottenham.
I'll call him Steve.
Steed, my
The
bro.
noble steed.
All right, so let's go back to the beginning then. We are at Wolves. Wonder Kid.
Woo! Born with it.
I want to say I want to say it's summer 0102. You're linked with everybody.
Okay.
There's a few centre backs coming out of the Midlands that are cold. I think like Callum Davenport is at Coventry.
Wow, 6 or 7.
Darren Purse is at Birmingham. But it's literally a question of which of the top teams is going to get this 19-year-old, 18, whatever, centre back. You go up, it's all laid out for you, then the injury happens.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, to be fair, at the time, like I wasn't aware of what was missing because I hadn't played in the Prem. So what am I missing? If I ain't done it before, I'm not missing anything. And then again, fast forward till we played Arsenal in the FA Cup. I think it was 2 years after, and I realised, yeah, that would have been good.
You missed playing with the Doritos on your shirt.
Yeah, I know.
That was a great era of Wolves.
Yeah, man.
I was talking to T about this as well. I'm like, we're saying Wonder Kid. Would he have gone sooner if it wasn't for the injury, whatnot? But Harriet's happened.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's I don't know, it's divine intervention or whatever. I'm not trying to be smart here, but if you would have gone,
yeah, we know, we know. Look at his own roots.
I mean, that was a good one though. It made sense, right?
Divine intervention.
Yeah. Okay. But if you would have gone early, how would that have been? How would it be? Because sometimes you can go up to the Prem too early. You know what I mean? You got another couple of years.
100%. Yeah. I've got a couple more years developing and played with the best manager I ever played under was Glenn Hoddle.
Okay.
Oh, so that was yeah.
People say that. Yeah, a lot of people say that.
Some people didn't like him though.
He played 3-5-2 early.
Some people didn't like him, innit? He's got
yeah.
Some people the wrong way.
Yeah, his methods to his approach may be different, but at the time I had him, that was like.
Is it because he's too good? So you don't understand.
That's what people say.
You don't understand people that are, if that makes sense. He could do the shooting.
Maybe,
but
but whatever he said made sense to me. Like the way he explained it and delivered it was just like clear. It was the clearest I'd ever heard information, whether it was to me or whether it was to wingers. I was just like, oh, that's what you should be thinking about. So like, for instance, he was the first coach I see tell a winger, when you're dribbling, drive at his back foot because that's where his weight is, and then you can assess. I was like, oh, that's what people think about when they're actually dribbling. I'm not saying everyone thinks about that, but if someone's thinking about that when you go up to the top level, then I've got to be aware of that. And he just, it was clear.
Just quickly, you don't know ball challenge, and I'm throwing this to Poet.
I knew it.
For the best.
I knew it.
Go on.
Name me 5 teams that Joleon played for.
Wolves.
He's right there, Poet. Yeah.
Everton.
You can ask him. Feel free to ask him, Paul.
Manchester City.
Go on.
West Brom.
Go on.
And
come on, land it.
If you don't, if you do, like, wait.
Land it.
He's got 3 more.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, if you don't say it, you get Jed Spence.
Land it, T.
You get who?
Damn it. Did I say Everton?
I'm gonna have to push you for an answer now, T.
You're gonna have to push you for an answer. You could phone a friend.
I said Wolves. I said West Brom.
Help him, Steve.
Phone a friend, man.
Phone a friend.
Help Poet, man. Margs, man.
Specs. I'm phoning Specs. He has got so much chat.
Who have you said?
I've said
Wolves,
City, Everton, West Brom. Yeah, because that's what I remember. And then after that, I was like, oh well.
Oh, it's good stuff after that.
Is it?
This is where it gets good.
Gosh, man.
Free for all. West Brom, Everton, Man City.
Yeah.
Land.
And one more.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, man. You know it.
Give me 2 more if you know ball.
There's 3 more.
Hold on. You're putting me off.
There's 4 technically, but you never actually turned up for them. You never played. You just said
you said they were lying.
Yeah.
We'll get to that though.
Aston Villa.
Yeah. There you go.
How can I remember when the man says that story? Can I ask you a question though? You see with Wolves, the season before, there was a player there that I loved, Robbie Keane. It was like I loved Robbie Keane. But I didn't realise they had a little history of Wonder Kids like developing. So they had Robbie Keane at Wolves and then there was you. Is that bare pressure? When it's like, there's a sort of
even Matt, the keeper, was a bit of a.
Matt was a big deal. Yeah. Nails as well. No, not for me because I wasn't in the same position, so there was never going to be a comparison. And like even now, it's weird hearing Wonder Kid. I was never that. Like Wonder Kids weren't then. Like the only Wonder Kid I know is Joe Cole.
No, you was a Wonder Kid in Match Magazine when they used to have the middle magazine. You open it up.
Yeah, but you're from team. So you man are from football manager. You man are from my generation. Like
championship manager.
So I get that. So I get it. But in terms of like growing up, like when you talk about Wonder Kids, it was like there's a kid at West Ham. It's got bare skill.
Yeah, serious.
Who is it? His name's Joe Cole. Like, didn't know what he looked like until you see him and you're like, oh, that's the kid.
Obviously, you're from the Millers. Did you hear about players like? Did you hear about like Deeney and that coming up while you was?
Who, Troy?
Yeah, Troy and that.
Now Troy's younger than me. So Troy's what, 30?
5,
34, 35.
But obviously, Midlands, this like a small town. Obviously, I assume you when you got a batch of the man them coming through, like, they might make it Prem. You look out for them, or you just.
Course.
I can't say I did. I know Troy because he played with my brother at Warsaw.
Oh, okay,
So I know him. I knew of him, but I didn't know even before he was playing.
So who was it then?
Who was the guy?
Sorry.
Who was the guy that was coming
Yeah,
through
sorry,
before?
yeah. No, I'm interested to know.
That I knew of before he came through. That's a tough one, that.
Ferdinand, you know?
He still ain't come.
Went to Spurs, and he went to Spurs ahead of me.
Port Val, Anthony Gardner.
Yeah, Anthony Gardner.
Anthony Gardner.
So he was like, he was the guy. Obviously, same position, and it was like
left-footed as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So he was like ahead of me.
You ain't left-footed.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, well, 1 second.
How you gonna tell a man no?
Of course, Lescott. He is.
Ambidextrous.
He's playing left back sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't watch ball then?
He played left. He's right.
Oh, you don't watch ball?
Oh, what's this? What's this? Do you think you're ball-footed?
This is gonna sound like gas.
Yes. Go on.
I was right-footed until about 14.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you watched him before he was 14, Specs. You watched him before he was 14.
No, but that's and listen, my right foot ain't like gold. You know what I mean? But I could use my right. I used to.
Brother,
use
he's
it
younger
more.
than me, bro. It was Troy, him, then me.
Troy. Yeah, I used to use it more, and then it just felt more natural.
Yeah, he was a
to use my
left-footed centre back.
He's ball-footed.
What, did you get injured with the right ankle? Because Balassi was a different foot.
Yeah,
and he got injured.
No, I just listen. It just felt natural to use my right, and then all of a sudden it didn't. Like, so if I'm controlling, like even now, so when I play and we control it, I tend to use my right foot.
Mad.
But then passing is my left foot. Like goal kicks, I have to like kick with my right, and it's
What?
just weird. Yeah, it's weird.
What?
If I was a goalie and kicking out my hands, I couldn't do it with my left foot.
So Jordy, if you had to take a penalty, what are you taking it with?
Left.
Oh, so he's left
Yeah,
footed.
left.
To me, that means you're left footed.
Can I get my bad?
Yeah. But that's why I say about Lou Saha. So that game I'm talking about, he took a pen with his right foot and a free kick with his left foot and scored both.
Wolves, though, it's good. It's a good team. Obviously, you went up, didn't have the best time in the Prem, but you weren't playing in that team. Is that Dave Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave Jones.
Dave Jones.
Does that count? So did I get relegated then, or because I didn't play?
No, you got relegated.
Do you know why? Do you know the only reason I asked that? The only reason I don't ask that because if you don't play a certain amount of games and you win the league, you don't win it. But when you get relegated, you just get relegated.
And if you never play in the Prem, were you ever promoted?
Ooh. Yeah, because you won promotion. You haven't played in the Prem. That's a different question.
He won the final, so he did get promoted. But if you got injured and didn't kick a ball in the Prem, he kind of didn't get ready.
That's what I mean.
Like, that's not on my CV.
So what was that year like for you? Just watching them man in the Prem.
That was just horrible because I just miss football. I wasn't missing the Prem. I didn't know what the Prem felt like, and the Prem wasn't now. Like when you see this now, the only time you seen the Prem was match of the day.
He must have been fuming because he missed the chance to play with Isaac Okoronkwo.
Oh,
yeah.
Henri Kamara,
Henri Kamara, yeah. Kenny Miller, he played with Kenny Miller though.
Yeah, Kenny was decent to be fair.
Kamara retired that not long ago.
Yeah, Kenny was above the champ for us. We had our front three when Glenn Huddle was come.
Let me ask you a question.
What? Say this front three. Say this front. Nah, man.
Let me ask him a question. Can you wait? Let me ask him.
You offered your guest a drink and then drank it in front of him. Can we just?
No, I'm not even thinking about. Oh, you want a drink? Get a drink. This is your house. Get a juice.
You gon' get it.
Let him land.
You gon' get it. Let him land.
Oh yeah.
The front three. Sorry, brother.
Remember, we had Kenny Miller, Cole Court, and Jeremy Adiadier.
Love Cole Court.
Yeah, man.
Ali Adier
came on loan to us, man. Yeah,
I used to love him.
He should have stayed there.
I said he should have stayed.
Yeah, he should have stayed there.
He should have stayed there.
Yeah.
Allow him, man. He got injuries and it really.
Let me ask you a question though. Be honest, because this table, it's all about consistency and honesty here. When they got relegated, did you go?
No.
Nah.
What?
He didn't play.
What are you talking about? You know what that means? Mate.
Actually, no. Here's a better question. Did your wage change though?
I do it, yeah. I do it. Now, to be fair, do you know why it didn't? Yeah, because I wasn't at the level where it went up. That was like pre-awareness of, you get an increase. Like that was like probably just a natural increase because it was just another season. It weren't like 50% hike and 50% reduction.
So it's not like now the balloon payment when they get all that bread and come down.
It was starting to come in because of Coventry.
My wages didn't fluctuate due to that.
That year actually. Did West Brom go down that year?
Wolves and West Brom weren't in there at the same time.
No, Coventry. Coventry go down 2000, don't they? That's ITV digital collapse. That's where the balloon
2000
come in. Is that 2000?
No, 2000 they were pretty good. They had like Haji, Cheapo.
Still went down with Haji and Huckabee.
But yeah, Kenny Miller, of course, Rangers legend somehow, Celtic legend somehow.
He named another player there, Cole Court,
man.
Wicked at Wimbledon.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek's cousin.
Is it?
I think he is. Yes.
Uncle.
Yeah.
I think he's. Yeah, I think he is. He is.
Raw.
Speaking of uncles, you played with Dean Sturridge.
Yeah.
And you went to the same school as Daniel Sturridge.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, you've been Googling.
Yeah, no, I've been working hard, man. I'm unemployed.
What, they related?
Who? Are
Dean
they related?
Dean and Daniel?
Yeah, 100%.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Bald head Dean Sturridge.
Yeah, Dean.
Specs.
Dean played with
Well,
me
my-
at Wolves.
Yeah, my cousin Darryl Power played for Derby. Come on, fam. Dean Sturridge was there.
Are we
I
just-
remember
are we
Daniel
just doing
Sturridge was
families?
at you.
Where was Darryl Power, your cousin? I don't know for years.
Specs, you're having a bad game. You're having a bad game.
You don't know.
Oh,
Ball.
do you know? I'm just gonna bring you all the pictures when we were younger.
Sorry about it. I
Derby
didn't know
was
this. I
great
didn't know
times.
this. It's new to me.
Lived next to Scott Gemmell for Nottingham Forest.
Oh my God, I remember him.
Come on, fam.
I remember Scott Gemmell. The players you asked me, you don't remember. I remember Dean Sturridge.
I know Dean Sturridge.
He thinks Dean Sturridge is white. But he's a black guy, bro.
So did you know Daniel Sturridge as a young?
Yeah, I didn't know him, but I knew he was coming. Dean used to talk about him and said his nephew was like a problem.
Yeah, but you
Just
thought, yeah, right, man.
No, I didn't think that, but I didn't think he was going to go on and do what he's done. Like,
Wonder kid, innit?
Like a real, he was serious.
Play against him?
Yeah.
Give you trouble?
Daniel Sturridge is the wonder kid.
His feet,
Right foot, left foot.
everything.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Was you with
he
Man
had
City?
Nah, Chelsea played against him at Chelsea.
Okay.
But because we know each other, obviously through Meeks, and obviously I know his uncles and stuff. And I'm close to his brother, Leon, like he's my age. So
The other day, Micah Richards was on his podcast with Gary Lineker and Alan Shearer, and he said that he arranged for you to go City, and then you say to him, you try and throw part exchange him
He
going the
never
other
said
way.
that. He said Mark Hughes tried that. He never said I tried that.
Was you aware of what they was trying to do?
No, never. To be fair, when he said it, I was like, I forgot about that. But yeah, and we didn't find out until like into the transfer. Like I was at the club for a while, and then he come out. But yeah, obviously I was close with Meeks before I joined. You know what I mean? So we were friends because we kind of got into the England setup at the same time. We lived obviously locally, and yeah, we got on, and then he was like, "Oh, they want to sign you." I was like, "Cool, then, man. Let's just see if it can happen." And then kind of developed for whatever conversations he was having back at Man City. And then I found out after, the manager was like trying to part X him as part of the deal, which obviously you're not aware of that when it's going on.
Was the draw of Man City at that time just the levels above how it looked after players, how it treated players, just the infrastructure you were stepping into?
Nah, because it wasn't as glamorous as it is now. Like the training ground wasn't the one it's got. So it wasn't that. It was the ambition for me. Like I kind of recognised I was 27. They were signing some players, and I'm thinking they're gonna have a real go at Champions League. Well, not the league, because I wasn't thinking about gonna win the league until you sign and you see everyone. But up until that point, it's like, well, Everton were trying to get into the top four. They were gonna have a go. Whether I know
So
it was
close.
like us, Spurs, also as in Everton,
Villa.
and Villa pushing for it. Spurs were having a real go, weren't they? And then it was kind of like City just thought we're gonna come and buy every Arsenal player at the time. It was like,
People always say, "Oh, you bought the league and all of this." How does it feel when you're in the team that they're saying has bought the league?
You can't do that, because if that was the case, then
everyone would.
Chelsea would be champions.
There you go. So it's not that simple, and we're seeing now evidence of people being able to spend money badly. Like, you know what I mean? So
ouch.
You can. I'm not talking.
United fan.
Yeah. It's real. It's not. It's easy to just go and spend players, buy players, and just guarantee success.
Did you realise you was a part? Like, at what point did you realise you was a part of something that was going to be big? Like?
When we won the FA Cup. Yeah, that was a big thing, because we beat United in the semis, and I
Right.
think United
That's two now.
I think United hadn't lost. I think they'd won like 13 out of 14 semi-finals under Sir Alex. It was like that was a big thing.
What was the drama? I want to talk about that drama in that FA Cup semi-final, which was with Mario, bro. What was that all like when you walked off the field with him to the Balotelli?
But it was more at Sir Alex. I think he'd gone at or said something to Sir Alex, and regardless of who you are, you have to respect certain guys, and he's one of them guys. You know what I mean? So I think that was that, and Rio was obviously doing his thing for his manager, and then Rio's obviously got warm to Mario. I've just tried to separate, because I always got on with Rio and had a lot of respect for him, so I was able to kind of have that impact and just separate it. But it was funny, long after that I seen David Chisora, who's a red, a serious red. I seen him out, and he said to me, "Bro, tell Mario when I see him," and I'm laughing. I'm thinking,
don't
he's like,
laugh at Chisora.
no, he was deadly serious. He was deadly serious.
Black rubber gloves. Because he walks around with black rubber gloves on.
With a Union Jack Bally.
Serious man.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I have to tell him.
Vex with Mario like that.
Don't go to London.
I reckon Mario will have him.
Ah.
It'll be a shocker. You never know.
I know.
No, is it?
You wouldn't have him. No.
Or Mario's not on nothing.
He's not on that. He's not on that. He's not on that. You know what I mean? I'm on stuff, but I ain't on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mario's crazy though, isn't
it? No. I would say he's young. Like, you got to think, when he came to City, he was 20, 21. You know what I mean? So people got to put that in perspective and be like, he wasn't reckless. He was just 20.
So when you was 20 years old, did you put fireworks in your house?
Not
He's
everyone's
from Birmingham.
Yeah. Whoa.
What's that got to do with anything?
2-1.
Yeah, it's a cheap shot. It's a low blow, that you know.
So there's never a time none of the boys said to Mario, like, yo, rein it in. Like,
yeah, there's plenty of time, but you got to realise it might be reined in for a week. You're never going to rein Mario in, hence why he hasn't done what he hasn't, what we expected, or he has done what you expected, but in terms of them people, you've got to think, you're never going to control them, you just got to monitor them and try and
Is that the problem? The people might maybe try to control him, and they should have just...
Kanye.
That game against United, he played left wing, he was unreal.
3-1.
You nearly had a stinker. He nearly like give us the league. You was trying your hardest in that QPR game.
Oh yeah. We got it there. Yeah, I just made it interesting.
Did you buy a Aguero dinner or anything after that?
Nah. I could have though after. The bonus was nice.
Was he always a centre back?
No.
Oh,
I played right wing.
What?
Growing up.
No,
but I weren't inverted.
You was right footed.
I was right footed, remember? I was right footed.
Man.
And then I went centre mid, and then I was just centre mid, and then I went to I was centre mid, and then at Wolves the centre half I kind of always reluctant to know I was going to play at the back.
Who put you? I don't know if that's a genius or a madman. Looked at a right-footed right winger and said, "You know what?
No, but it didn't happen like that. It didn't happen like that. Obviously, I was playing right wing, first team. So for the first 3-4 years of playing, I'm just playing whatever, and then I realised, this is my position, midfield. Got scouted as a midfielder, and then went to Wolves as a midfielder, and then the centre back was ill, so I had to go. That
always happens.
And then I never moved again.
What age group we talking there?
Probably
15s.
Probably younger, 30, 14s. Because that's when I went back there. Then that's when I stopped playing. Because I said I don't want to play.
It happens.
Centre back, so I stepped away from academies and just played grassroots.
Because no kid chooses centre back.
Now they do. Now
Everyone
was a striker, and then you just get filtered wherever you get to. But now you just.
Did you try striker?
Yeah.
Weren't good in it.
Nah, man, I can finish. I can't score. I can't shoot from outside the box, but I didn't have the power.
Every time he scored a goal that I can remember, his celebration was always like, "Jesus, scored!" Like,
whoa.
You scored some screamers, you know.
There you go.
Yeah.
That season when I was banging consistent, I was getting more composed as time was going on. In front of goal.
I stay with that City side though, yeah?
10 goals in one season.
You got 10 goals in one season?
Yeah. Man, do them handwork then.
Is that better than Gabriel? 3 goals. Record.
Listen, the level back then was strong.
No pens. No free kicks.
Corners though.
Doesn't matter.
What sec? What the hell, man?
He wants you to run from the...
What corners? Man can't call from set pieces now. Set pieces. No,
Lescott. If I say to you, yeah, Ben Watson, what was the aftermath of that FA Cup final?
Yeah, I could, it was hurt because you want to win FA Cup and stuff, but what's mad about that is we were kind of aware before the game the manager was leaving, regardless of the outcome. So then when we lose, it's confirmed, innit? You know what I mean? You lose to Wigan at that time, in greatest respect. They got relegated that season, right?
Yeah.
We shouldn't be losing to Wigan in the FA Cup final.
Did Mancini get on the train home?
Nah, because we stayed down. We were playing Reading on the Tuesday, so we were staying down anyway.
Okay.
So we came back to the hotel, and then it was announced that he was leaving, and the next day, him and his staff said goodbye.
Remember when Mancini was on the train after that game? It was all in the papers. You don't remember?
I heard Mancini loved his face a lot.
What do you mean?
Yeah, like he stayed in the shower the longest and all of that stuff. Whoa.
Potentially, yeah. I don't know about them things there. That's not really my remit.
He's Italian though, right?
You went down a proper rabbit hole, innit?
Hey, your Googles went too far.
I actually heard that time ago.
Yeah.
I heard he just loved himself, man.
Listen, well, just before we do that, look. Man United have been getting bullied here so far.
All right,
Joleon. There's more to come.
All right.
So I just want to give Arsenal an opportunity. Did you know that most of Joleon's biggest ever defeats came against Arsenal.
Of course.
Of course.
You didn't know that?
Knew that, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
I didn't know that.
Hold on, 6-0 at Goodison Park.
4-0 with Villa, and 4-1 with West Brom. 2 of his biggest ever defeats.
That's not too bad.
Not too bad.
Obviously, a team gets slapped 8-0 the other day, and that not too bad.
But luckily, he was in the team that beat Manchester United
6-1.
6-1 at Old Trafford.
That's my Donald. That was my Donald Trump. Just in case.
You were saving it. War chest.
There you go.
How did it feel coming off the pitch after that? After that game?
Miles, man.
That's a great achievement, though. You went to Old Trafford.
That is a rubbish question.
No, that's a great question.
Humble it. Yeah, we're trying to humble it, obviously, just in terms of points. But what people don't really realise is that if we don't win 6-1, we don't win the league. Like, we won a goal difference, remember?
Oh, yeah.
So, you know what I mean? We don't win the league if it's not 6-1. If it's like 3-1, Man United win the league.
So are you saying they chucked it at Old Trafford?
No, I'm not saying anything. Because where's my boy?
If the team that finished second loses on goal difference to the team they beat 6-1, the team that wins the league ain't really the champions. The same thing with Arsenal this last year.
Say that again.
If Arsenal didn't beat City either time, if City beat Arsenal both times and then Arsenal still won the league, they ain't champions.
Nah, they still won it though.
Yeah, Joleon's.
I'm confusing me. So are you saying we are champions?
Yo, you're champions, yeah, because
that was a lot.
If Man United would have won the league,
Would you agree with him? Would you agree with him?
Slim.
I think if it, I think it emphasises the win if you beat them both times.
if you beat them 6-1 at home and you lot still win the league,
no,
you're
but
not the
if you win the league
champions.
based on that result, that's different.
Of course, no, that's levels.
But
that's
just like
my
losing
point.
to other teams, you can because there's obviously other factors throughout the season. But if your goal difference determines that result, then yeah, it has a big obviously impact.
But if they'd have won the league on goal difference and you'd only won 4-1 at Old Trafford, I'm sorry, Man United ain't really champions.
Nah, Man United champions. Yeah, I'm taking it.
We would have been champions.
Yeah, we're taking
If I
it.
left that
Oh,
trophy,
no. T, there's one more result. Shout out Greg. And I thought so. 6-1 against Arsenal.
I just said that.
It's Scott 2009. So it was worse.
That was when I was leaving.
Oh, you're doing that stuff?
I'm going into that game. I thought that was what you was coming with. That was like the first game. Arshavin, like EA is lightning him. So I remember going into the game and I'd already had discussions with the manager about like my head not being right and stuff, and like mentally I was different in regards to just thinking about the game and obviously wanting to leave. He said, "I don't care. You're gonna play," and I was playing, and I was like so determined to do well and not be at fault. And like if you go back through them goals, I'm not really at fault. And then fast forward, I'll move. We play Arsenal for City. We win 4-2, and I'm at fault for like 2 goals.
Oh.
No one cares.
Was that the Emirates? Is that the Emirates?
Oh, wait, is that the Adebayo one where he done that lock?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like Van Persie gives me this role. I'm at fault. I'm like, doesn't matter. We won. No one cares. I'm like, wow, it's mad how it's viewed. You know what I mean in regards to the perception.
Did you feel sorry for Arsenal then? Because you took all our players, bro.
Nah, man.
I said, nah, man.
We named a player in the draft, and everyone said the other week, everyone was like, "Whoa!" I named him Nasri.
Bad man.
There you go.
Real bad man.
For Arsenal, innit?
What? Follow up then. What's the follow up?
You just wanted bad man. That's all you came for.
Oh right, yeah, no. It's around that, talking of Arsenal players.
Good pick.
No, but when we it's when Rio was here. When we said it.
But did Rio not vouch for the Samir?
Yeah, he did. Everyone did, but we skipped past it. Now your hair player that's played with him.
Now Lescott's here. You want to give Nasri his flowers? I hear you. I think
That's
he's making sense.
Failed wonder kid?
No.
No, what?
Why are you talking?
What, Nasri?
Why?
Could have gone on to do a bit more.
Yes, I agree, and I would say that to him.
What, Joel? I know ball. Just shut up and shut
Man
up.
said, Joe, I know ball.
Shut up. Elaborate.
Nah, to be fair, I like even now I still. I've cussed out Samir for
He
that.
was called the new Zidane.
Bro, he was meant to go on and do big things.
Real.
He could do a lot of stuff.
Attitude problem?
Ooh. Nah, not attitude, because he was consistent with that, so I didn't mind that. It was just he just didn't. I think he needed pep like 2 years earlier. I think if he gets pep 2 years earlier.
I love these gems. I love it.
He was in
I
Wood
love
Green the other
that.
day.
You see, you don't know ball.
What?
Can I say something? No. You see that discussion Nasri got though? That's a good discussion, Nasri, you know.
So let me ask you this.
Bad boy
so
player.
obviously we're talking about Nasri being born with it, yeah?
Next time, just make it a question.
Who was the most technical player in your opinion? The most technical, the one that, like what was said about Nasri, the one that could do the turns like me.
What, at City?
Like who?
It's a lot.
You say turns like me?
Yeah, but born with it. Like, I love players that are born with it. You come out the womb and the football's yours.
Oh, come on. There's only one guy who's going to say.
Who?
Silver.
Go on.
Silver.
There's a few over there. Though.
Yeah.
There's a few, but it's not clear to just say one name and then.
Silver's clear.
Did you play with Rubino?
Yeah.
Did you?
He must have been crazy.
Yeah.
Did you play with
was
Delano?
nice. Nah.
Boo. Boo.
Nah. Robinho, yeah. Crazy. Bobby was, yeah.
Tell you someone
nice.
he did play with though. Tevez.
I allow him, man.
What?
Well, bruv, I'm not bringing up all these ops. I'm getting tired of this, man. This is annoying me now.
But these are players we've named. I know Micah spoke about him as it goes. Sorry, I would say people that have played, people that he played
I
with.
want to touch on that day though. Like, sorry.
What, 6-1?
Yeah, nah, not even the 6-1. The day when you lot won the league. Like, did you go in there with pressure on your shoulders? Like, how did it feel? What was the dressing room like?
Joey Barton was on his neck.
Nah, not on mine. I can't. Not on my neck. Yeah, that's not one. No.
What was it like?
It was nothing because we just thought we had to beat, in the greatest respect, Cupid at home, which we thought we could do. And obviously, and then you go, not even overconfident, just we got to win a home game. That's all we got to do is win a home game and be prepared the same.
You're scared though, 80-something minute, you're scared.
Oh, no, the fear is real.
Yeah.
Real. And I wasn't unaware how late Edin's goal was until about 4 or 5 years after.
Wow. That's a bit late, bro. It's late.
I watched the game.
I hear you.
And I thought that was just me because of my impact on the game. But then when I did something, and it was in COVID, we did something, me, Micah, Zabavini. We kind of it was like everyone was rewatching the games. And I thought I was just me, couldn't watch it. And then they come on the air and was like, I've never watched this. I was like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, I can't watch it. Even though we know the outcome.
You've never watched it back?
We watched it back now, obviously, but that was like the first, it's like 5 years later. Like, I remember going to the hotel the following season. We played Newcastle and put on the telly and it's on. I turned the telly off and every away game after that, I never watched telly. For the rest of my career, I never turned the TV on.
Because it was a bad performance?
It was just so close. It's just so close to not happening. Like, and the outcome of my career, City's stature now is different.
100%.
If we don't win that game, like, it's different, innit?
I'll never forgive Cisse for that day, you know.
Nah, he had a blinder that day, man.
Well, the celebration and that.
With
Yeah.
them, man.
Sammy is his boy, though. That's his boy. And they stayed up. Remember, they stayed up.
They stayed up.
They stayed up. So
They stayed up.
Where was it? Where were you that day?
I couldn't even tell you. I blocked it out. That's trauma. I don't know where I was.
You, a couple times now, we've said things about players and we said, was he mad or did he have an attitude? You're a baller that protects players because you understand it, right?
Man. That's
interesting.
I'll only protect them.
How come you was always injured? Spec says you drank Coke a lot, that's why, before games.
When did I say that?
Always injured, bro.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. When did I say you drank Coke a lot?
You told me on the phone.
He's only got 4 injuries, really.
What?
And 2 of them at the start.
I
big
didn't miss
one.
a game for Everton for 3 seasons. I didn't miss a game.
Isn't it? See? Google, do your better
You're having a
Googles.
bad game, man.
I played 5 seasons in a row.
What made you think that?
Every time I looked up, he was injured.
Yeah, that's the wrong one.
All right, can you say I didn't say it now? Because we know each other.
What, that you drank? You said he drank Coke a lot.
Coke Zero?
No, Coke.
Fanta?
Lilt.
No, I'm saying, what's it like playing for England? How do you feel?
That was mad. Yeah, that was
Who's the captain you playing
surreal.
under?
First one was Steve McLaren.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, Steve McLaren.
Top
and
gaffer.
and then
Man United's assistant manager, yeah.
and then Fabio.
Good gaffer, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
see, come on.
Yeah.
Do you think, like, you see there's midfielders, they talk about, oh man, if it wasn't for Evan Gerrard and them in my generation, I could have got more caps.
Yeah, I'm that.
Centre half wise.
Yeah.
You had mad centre halves.
First it was Sol Campbell.
Ooh.
And then it was Rio and it was Sol Campbell and Rio, and then it was Rio and JT. I was like, yeah.
So if you had to pick out of those 3,
Rio.
Rio.
Rio's the
your
best.
boy. You're doing
No,
the
Rio.
You're doing the
No.
CC. Huh? Rio.
Rio's the best centre half I've seen for England.
Is he better than Van Dijk?
Yeah.
Better than Van Dijk?
Yeah.
Everton and Man City.
No, it's not even that though, because I'm saying like what Van Dijk has done has been great and it's been at the same level as Rio. Rio did it for 10 years.
Yeah, facts.
Matters.
Facts.
It's just had a harder he had a harder climb. He wasn't born in England. It's not easy. He's in Groningen, and then he has to go play for Celtic, and then he has to go play for Southampton.
No, I'm not disrespecting that. But I'm saying in regards to, but because then you could look at who Rio was doing it against was different. Like the caliber of striker.
I'm kind of 50-50. I think Rio's the best of all time, but I think if Virgil van Dijk was the level he was for 2 years for double that.
100%. I think the conversation is closer, but I think there was and also give me 3 other comparisons. You'd say John Stones got to be in the conversation at this moment in time.
Well, I put him in the top 10 centre backs. They told me
right now.
Yeah. They said no. Please talk your bro. Go on, brother. Please educate them.
Steve, name. It was me, you, and who?
And me. He's in my list.
Yeah. It's only me and him. No,
it was me and him. It was me and his.
They said basically John Stones basically is not like when
they said he's rubbish.
Defending. When it comes to defending. It's not that.
But the requirements are different now.
Yeah, man.
So you can't just talk about the defending.
He can defend though.
Yeah, I know we can. But his requirements and what he's been asked to do are different to what other centre backs are doing.
You've said a lot and you're right, but all I heard was but. He's great. Can he defend? But. All I heard was but. Requirements are different.
He can defend.
Of course he can. He can.
But his game isn't based on defending. That's what I mean. His game isn't
not.
He's based other stuff.
Do you think he's John Stones if he plays for Villa?
But can I say something? We said this on the episode, but he played for Everton.
But is he though?
He was John Stones at Everton.
He was John Stones at Everton.
He wasn't. No, stop it.
He was. He got bought for 58. He was, bro.
Deal with him. He needs to be settled.
So what you saying? Can he do what he does for City?
Is John Stones a legit Premier League elite defender for a team that isn't Manchester City?
But is it easier to play for them teams or play for Man City?
It's easier to play for City. For him, the way that they play around him.
How did he get his move? That's why they bought him.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No one's ever denied the ability or the potential.
But you asked the question, is he the same at that team?
But why does he need to be the same? Does he need to be the same for Everton or Villa? Or
can he be different?
Does he need to be different? He needs to play at the elite level.
I'm not hearing answers to any questions here. John Stones, put him in the Villa team today. Is he an elite?
Does he play the same way? No, I don't think he's a liability for Aston Villa. 100, he's nowhere near a liability. Does he do this? Does he have the same impact?
You could take out a lesser version of John Stones, put him in an Everton team, and he done good enough to move to the City team. So that don't make sense.
That's bad maths. That's backwards maths.
You have to work backwards because your maths is crazy.
So that's like saying there was people like who haven't had the greatest of impact as a team before. So Michael Keane at Burnley,
he was elite.
Went to Everton, hasn't had the same impact. Ashley Williams, the same. Because the requirements are different to what you're used to.
Exactly.
So you can't just judge him. You got to judge him on what he's doing.
I believe there are some centre backs with pure central defensive attributes, as well as
transferable.
Yes, but John Stones' attributes are elite at what he does, and for teams like Manchester City, maybe a Liverpool and Arsenal, maybe a Newcastle. Newcastle play pretty traditional back four. John Stones would not transplant.
Do you think Salah scores the amount of goals for Villa?
Oh. Yeah. Now, yeah.
No chance. No chance.
Now, yeah. Have you not seen Diaby? Have you seen what Salah's done for every other team he played for?
But he's not scoring 20 goals.
He's not Mo Salah.
I think Diaby scored like 2 goals or 3 goals.
I'm saying that Mo Salah is a different thing because defensively you're going to be exposed when your team is built around your back four. Someone like John Stones is going to be either the reason you progress or the reason you're deep.
So that point there, what you're saying is he's probably less exposed at Aston Villa because the team's more compact.
I don't think he's got that concentration. I don't.
See, you lost, man.
Yeah,
listen to the pro, man. Honestly,
you're not getting out of this.
Listen to the professional, man. Honestly, you're right, bruv.
Nah.
I'm still just hearing but. So,
speaking of levels and John Stones going up and down, we're moving on from John Stones now, boys. Back to Joan.
Joan. He called him Joan. Joan Rivers. Back to Joan. It's called him Joan.
Yeah. Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay. When you played Champions League football, what was the level like? What footballer?
Yeah,
what was that like?
That's the highest level of football. That's higher than international.
Of course it is.
Like the biggest honour in football is international, but the highest level is Champions League.
So what striker, what player you gave? Because Rio
Rossi.
said,
who?
Giuseppe Rossi.
Just what?
Wow.
Swear down. His movement, the level, the team that he was in, the players weren't able to recognise. And he made a couple of runs and I thought, oh, you've got me there. But the balls didn't come. So it allowed me to adjust. But I was like, woof. But I knew I wasn't getting back. There's a bit like Van Persie had that kind of level. I was like, if he makes his movement, it's so sharp, you don't recover. So if the ball goes there, you're done. And he had that.
You say, obviously, you're saying like Champions League, that's the highest level, highest honour in that, yeah?
No, the highest honour is England.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. Would you prefer to win a World Cup or a Champions League?
Oh, World Cup.
World Cup.
Serious?
No, you're immortal.
Well, even now.
Depends if you like. It's saying this group of City players obviously are immortal because they've won the first Champions League for Man City, but the World Cup, like everybody watches the World Cup, and that was like when I retired and we all watched the Euros and it was the hype. And I know it was different when I played, but it made me realise like scoring for England was a big deal because everybody's watching that game and every fan is cheering for you at that moment. So imagine the World Cup.
Did you lot used to like train before San Marino?
He's back. Kid's back.
I used to train because they were the games I was going to play in, so I was training. Yeah, man.
You shot it in press.
I was out here, man.
He's doing extra shuttle runs, everything.
You mentioned Rossi. Did it throw you off when he spoke with an American accent? Did you ever hear him talk?
Like, we weren't in conversation, and he was.
You weren't trying to get his number, Steve-O.
Yeah.
He was just trying to defend, bruv.
Yeah, and his accent wasn't American on there because obviously they weren't American.
Joan, let me hit this back guy. Because what you wouldn't understand is when you play centre back against them players, certain things you hear, like Stefan Everson had bad breath, yeah, all things like that. Yeah, and I used to play. So just wondered if you noticed.
What was your mouthy on the pitch?
Nah, I was quiet.
I can imagine you cool, calm, collected. Like you weren't doing that.
Oh, you're flirting, man.
Yeah. You know the ones there.
You weren't really you weren't a fiery centre back like that. It's just
I weren't
just
really
really
on that.
Yeah,
I was just because I knew nothing was gonna happen. Like there's about times when people used to get there. I'm like, that's not gonna happen.
That's that Birmingham, man.
Yeah, that is exactly. That's that Birmingham, you know.
If you're still vocal in there, then I know you're serious.
Your aggression was like 17, man, on Foot Manager.
What? But my strength was 99.
Now we're saying who's the most vocal player that you played against that was very annoying, like a Robbie Savage type?
Oh,
It's Lampard, isn't it?
Nah.
Say Lampard.
I played with him.
I heard Lampard is.
Where?
wait, was it where? That's funny.
Yeah, do you want to be at the Falls?
Yeah, please. Are they in colour? Fouls any colour.
You recognise how old he is as well, yeah? Come on.
Nah, to be fair, it wasn't like.
Must be Joey.
Chirpy.
Must be Barton.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, we and him didn't.
You don't like him, do you?
Nah.
You don't like him.
I don't
at
like
all.
many people, but that.
Why you clap?
Why you clap?
No, man.
No, you ain't gotta clap it. It's just we just that's not us. We're not the same.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Drogba was vocal, but not in. He just trying to distract you. Would want to talk to you, and just like try and distract you from what's going on. But then the ball's coming, and then it'd be on. So
What, talk to you about random things?
anything, like literally anything, and I'm just like, did he know? It's not it, man. It's not it. It's not today.
Who were your top 3 centre back partners?
In order, it's hard in order.
Let's take Rio out of it.
No, yeah. To be fair, me and Rio only played together a couple of times, and it wasn't as comfortable as I thought it was going to be.
You couldn't match. You couldn't find your level in it.
Yeah, we didn't have enough games to kind of have it.
Did you feel like you was carrying him a few games?
Yeah. I'll say that. Yeah.
He said, yeah.
I like that. I can say that about Rio. Yeah, I was carrying him, man. Nah. Jags.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jagielka.
Yeah, and we played together like 18s, England 18.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah. So we played together from them days.
So was he touted highly at that age? Yeah.
Yeah.
He played a lot of positions back then.
Yeah, he could play.
Right back.
Yeah, he could play a lot of rapid.
Is
People
it?
He was in the England setup a bit as well,
For a
wasn't
white guy.
But lightning for a set back. But for a white guy, extra quick. Yeah. Nah, he was quick. Vinny, obviously. And I'll go back to Paul Butler because that's probably where I learnt the most at Wolves.
Paul Butler.
Yeah, I learnt the most under him.
We all know he's sick. How sick?
You talk about a player that you could take out of any Man City team and put in any team in the league. That's it. I got no doubts about that. He could play for any team, any era.
He definitely drank coke.
Any level.
Wasn't he playing DM when he first signed for you lot?
Yeah,
he was a midfielder.
They signed him as like a 10. Like he
What?
used to play as a
What?
10 at Hamburg. 10. And then he come and then was just filtered back a little bit. Yeah, Vinny was a 10.
Have you been watching Vinny on the sidelines this year? What do you think of the suit and the cap?
The cap is horrible. Sorry, God.
Nah. Vinny's my guy, man.
Thank you. I love it.
Vinny's my guy, man.
People,
How come you're
man.
not part of the coaching staff? That's what, you're not there.
Are you what? Sorry.
I said, how come you're not part of the coaching staff?
Nah. That's not.
You done your badges?
Yeah.
He's 21s.
He's coaching 21, so
Oh, is it? Oh, so my bad.
That's a lot of hours, man.
My
It's
bad.
a lot of hours, and I got a lot of friends that are aging. Like Vinny's 6 years younger than me, and he doesn't look it though now.
And you know who his assistant manager is?
Bellas.
Bellas,
Bellamy,
yeah.
Like this, you gotta look at the managers. They age. If you're not having success, you're aging, ain't you? Nah, man. You know what I mean? They're serious though.
That's why Vincent Kompany's wearing the hat, because the hairline's going.
Nah, he's bold. That's way back. Vinny, I can say that about Vinny.
You can draw on that relationship though, innit? If you ever wanted to get into coaching, you could just phone Vinny and be like, "Yo, man."
He's in coaching. He's with Lee
with the club though. With the England thing, and the club thing's different.
But the England thing's big. If you do well at the England, my cousin was there, innit? Justin.
I don't know if you noticed this summer.
The 21s team is
very good.
Yeah, but you only get the players a certain time throughout the year, and that like, I'm like,
it's different. It's different requirements. But to go for a tournament without conceding, it's a bit of a big deal.
Shout to them, Joy.
1-0. 1-0.
Offensive coach.
It's kind of a big deal.
So you've been to Vinny's house?
Yeah, man.
He's got convertible cars in that, yeah? He's got
Sex, man.
I'm just.
Nah. Vinny don't drive, man.
You don't
What?
drive?
What?
Vinny's Vinny's
Uber?
serious. What? Uber.
No, oh.
Vinny gets driven, bro. Vinny's efficient, one of the most
limo?
efficient. Nah, not limo, but he's just
a serious
he doesn't
guy.
want to be in the car when he could be working, so he would rather use that time to work.
Mm.
Vinny's serious, man.
So he'll be in the car by himself, innit?
Yeah.
To be clear, he used to vlog. He used to vlog in his car when
What?
he used to drive. Yeah,
Used to
he
what?
used to
Vlog?
vlog.
Is
Yeah,
it?
yeah. He used to have a little GoPro and he used to talk about his life. Yeah.
Ah, he's class. I would love to play headers and volleys with him.
Jay, is that something you would think about doing later on in your career? Like
Managing.
Vlogging.
Podcasting.
Twitch. Yeah. Twitch is a thing. I used to play FIFA I back myself at FIFA.
Is it? Are you good? Oh, I will take you apart here.
EAFC, by the way.
Oh, yeah. EAFC, yeah.
Yeah. New thing.
What solitaire?
Me and Samir got me onto the coins.
Oh, man.
But we weren't buying them then because we found out the guy lived locally. So we used to give him tickets to games.
No way.
The amount of stuff we used to get.
I like that.
That's so Samir Nasri.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah, but Samir, he hooked me up. I used to invest. And
Money talk by.
And then I played Samir and his team, he's got every player. I was like, nah, Samir, man. Like, that's taking too long. He's like, nah, I don't do that. I got this guy. I was like, what guy? I was like,
He loves shortcuts, innit?
Don't forget he was on Blackstock Road.
Let's be real, though. When you got the guy, because the first season I done it with the coins, I spent at least 1,500 quid, which is a lot, right? And I remember, easily. But then the next season, I said, allow this. I went on eBay and I just bought, like you spend maybe, I don't know, £100. I mean, you get loads. Yeah, you know what I mean? But it was boring, though. Doing it like that.
It wasn't boring.
Nah?
Nah. I'm trying to play to win. But so when we went somewhere with like City, we was doing something with FIFA at the time, and then we kind of did something, and then the guy said, this is Joleon Lescott. I was like, okay, nice to meet you. And he's like, this is the guy I was telling you about. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, we can see what you spend on Ultimate Team. I was like, you can see that? He was like, yeah. He's like, do you want to know? I said, no. I do not want to know how much I've been spending. But then I found out, but then you see these people that are doing it now, I found out there's a loophole. Like, because it's their job. It's classed as an expense.
Oh, yeah.
So you're not actually spending money now. You can do it. If you're streaming.
Oh, and expense it back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you can buy packs and all. There we go. Give you a little nugget there.
Yeah, thank you.
Kompany's not the only current Premier League manager that Joleon played a lot of games with.
Rob Edwards.
He also played with Mikel Arteta quite a lot.
A free
wow,
at the minute.
course.
Yeah, it's a few.
Yeah. Mikel, yeah.
What's Mikel like?
Could you see he was going to go into management?
Nah.
Couldn't see it.
I knew he had the intelligence. Like, I knew, like, what his tactical awareness ain't surprising me. But I didn't see this, to be fair. And I didn't see the level of success he's had, obviously, this early into his management career. But, like, Mikel knows the game. Like, he was left winger and then went to a holding midfielder and was playing it properly. Like, wasn't just like someone out of position. He was operating efficient. And obviously then Arsenal fans know him as that, don't they? Where Everton fans know him as a...
Excuse me? Left winger?
He left winger for Everton.
Yeah, I remember.
Like, yeah, man.
Come in.
At Rangers when he came as well.
Come on, Steve, you should know about
And PSG and them, like, he only played there.
I'm here to learn, but that's wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then he went to Arsenal as a midfielder, yeah? So that's holding midfielder.
That's
like
mad.
8-6 kind of thing, yeah.
So in life you could have had Kompany in the 10 and Arteta in left wing.
In it, imagine. In a different world, yeah.
So you're saying that midfield, Arteta, Gravison and Lee Carsley. Wow. Lee Carsley's now under 21 manager.
Yeah, Gravison, he came at the end. So he came like, I had second version of Gravison. It wasn't the original Gravison that went to Real Madrid.
Did you have a defensive midfield Phil Neville though, or not?
Yeah, we had him.
I liked him in midfield. Was he alright or what?
He was a better right back. in my opinion.
I just remember the other midfielder they had with Carsley and Arteta is Fellaini.
What a player he was.
Is it though? Is it what a player? Fellaini?
Effective. Like again, I don't know how you are viewing ballers to efficient. Like the man were effective for what they were required to do. Like Tim Cahill were effective.
That was a good Everton.
Tim Cahill was crazy over there.
Stephen Pienaar.
Oh, he was
Bad
crazy.
Man.
Yeah, that must have been fun times. That was a good team.
That was a good Everton team.
How did you get on with Moyes?
We were better probably when I left.
Is it? How's that work?
At the time, I didn't want to play left back.
Yeah.
He wanted to play me left back, and I knew my career wasn't gonna advance as a left back in terms of England and stuff.
Was Sylvain Distan in your?
Nah, he came after me.
Yeah,
So it was like, but again, we was amicable there, and it wasn't disrespectful or anything. But then after,
he tried to not let you leave, no?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Wow.
What was that like?
That was hard conversations, man. They were like, I was trying to probably developing a high level of maturity to conduct them conversations, because they have to be you. Like you see agents do that now, but it has more impact if it's you. So I was having to go in every morning and say, this is where I'm at, this is how I feel, comparing it to him potentially going to Man United.
What's he saying back to you then?
I don't care, like, you're not going. Because like his messages was before, if anyone comes and knock on my door and say they want to leave, they can leave. So it kind of built up enough courage to do that. You do that and he says, oh man.
You ain't going nowhere.
I'm like, ooh.
Important first
I need a new kind of conversation.
So how do you approach that when it's I don't care what you're saying, you're not going? Like, what do you do? Do you start trying to reason, or do you start throwing your toes out?
Yeah, you're just trying to reason. I was never gonna be disrespectful, because my viewpoint was, if I'm going to do that to get there, what do they think I'm going to do if I need to leave there? So why would I want to do that? You know what I mean? And
so you still went training and all that?
100%.
Players nowadays just sack it off though.
I could never listen. The reason I played wasn't David Moyes, wasn't Man City. I loved the game, so there was never gonna not motivate me to go to training.
What do you think about players that force moves now though?
I just think, listen, you don't know the circumstances for their reason to do that, and I'm not saying they shouldn't do it. I would never do that. I would never encourage
I forced
my
to move
kids
once.
to do that. Yeah?
Yeah, from Newport to Enfield Town.
My guy.
Did it work out?
In fact, I went to Enfield Town after, only because I forced the move, ended up with no club.
Forced to release.
Yeah.
That's not forcing a move.
Forced to release it.
But then I signed for Bournemouth at the time, which was my happiest time in football. Happiest time in football, yeah, man. So
yeah,
I forced the move.
You can never say don't do it, but I would never do that.
You didn't leave a few of your clubs like with the fans loving you though. Nah. Everton, the fans didn't enjoy that.
Nah.
Villa, the fans didn't. But Villa fans were angry anyway.
Villa was a bad one. Everton again was the perception of the reason I left was different to the reality. Like I never left Everton any different than I left Wolves to get to Everton.
Yeah.
No difference. So, but obviously I'm aware that I need to be potentially the scapegoat. So how it would work is players going to put in transfer request. No fan wants a player of their team to put a transfer request. So if the club leaks that, you go in. So my agent was like, put in a transfer request, you'll kind of gauge where you're at. Because if they leak it, you can't really go back and have a relationship with the fans.
They're telling the fans, we didn't sell him against your wishes.
And I also know, because of the people involved in the transaction, I know what needs to be done. So I'm being told to kind of maneuver this way. And I was like, you're going to be the reason this has happened. So you're going to have to take that responsibility. And I was like, okay, because the outcome was far greater.
Man City, come on.
Yeah, so, but listen, it wasn't Man City now. It was like the vision of Man City. So
it was exciting though.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I was aware of what the potential outcome was. So that was kind of the reason behind that. But then the Villa one was like, that was hard because that was my team and I grew up Villa fan.
Yeah, I was going to ask that,
Yeah, I was a Villa fan growing up and like my brother played there. I used to go there as a like kid to watch the games, and then being a part of that team that went down was like, yeah, that was hard. And then the relationship just went south because it got personal more than anything, like
with a few players.
Yeah, and my family, parents, wife, whatever, always went to every game. They had to stop coming to the games.
Is it?
Because it got too personal for them and it got too personal for them. Like, if that's the case, then I shouldn't have a love I got a love for the club and stuff, and for the team, but
got to love them
the
from
fans
afar.
is kind of like the respect has gone.
And look, you've talked about it enough times. The tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I could get Jack on the phone now and
when you tweet a car,
a Mercedes
that I didn't even have.
You didn't even have the car.
That was Jack's car. So the story goes is Jack didn't have a license. He was looking to get that car. I was helping him source the car, and I was like, "Don't get that version." Basically, like get a different version. So that was it. That was the reason that I've got the picture on my phone.
Yeah.
It's come out on Twitter. And I was driving home. My brother's phoned me and said, "What you done?" I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "This has come out." I was like, "Yeah, well, I can't sort it now. I'm driving," kind of thing. So I'll sort it when I get home. Got home, it's kind of blew up to beyond. I was just like, I don't care enough. I don't care enough. I'm upset that we've just lost.
It's a big loss as well, by the way.
Yeah, it was huge. I think that might be my biggest one, to be fair. 6-0 against Liverpool.
Was that the one Mika was talking to the fans after?
Nah, that was. I'll tell you about that one.
Before
one.
you go to that,
Wickham.
what happened with the car again?
I tweeted a picture of a car.
So they lost 6-0 to Liverpool, as if, and the way the papers ran it and the fans took it.
Was it in the paper?
It went everywhere. Yeah.
You don't
but
see
that's
that
the thing. So no. But I like. But if you look back at my history of every game, I never tweeted after any game, win, lose or draw. So I wasn't just going to start tweeting after a 6-0 defeat.
But that would be a class response, though.
No, but the worst thing is
your mentions are going mad. And you just tweet a banging car.
Yeah, but the worst thing is, let me give it a joke. Fast
and
my mum was
furious.
like, because you know what, when it gets personal, mums get involved, and she's like, "You ain't even got that car. Tweet a picture of your real car."
It was definitely better. It was definitely a better car.
It was a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I was like, "No, mum, that doesn't work like that. I can't do that." So I just left it. But like I said, it was never that deep for me.
So what's the story he's going to say about when Mika lost and he was talking to the fans?
So that was the Wickham game. So that was mad because obviously results at the time weren't going well. We played Wickham away in FA Cup, and then we're playing Crystal Palace on the Tuesday or the Wednesday. I said it's Tuesday. And before this, I've spoke to LA Galaxy on the Thursday. So they've spoke to the club. Clubs are happy to kind of let it happen. So I'm leaving the next week. But I just said I'm not going to make a fuss. So if it can happen amicably, I will leave. Like, the club want me out, whatever, that's fine. I'm not going to kick up a fuss because we're in a situation. That wasn't kind of my style. I wasn't playing on the Saturday. I was on the bench, and pretty much every time, most players do, on the bench, you chewing gum, and you play a game where the touchline, and you just try and throw the chewing gum to the touchline and see if you get it. That's all we're doing, yeah. That's all we do.
What are you guys doing?
That's what I'm saying. You get
What? I told you footballers are bored. They all do.
I want to play. I'm not trying to be on the bench. I want to play. So
it's like penny up.
Fast forward, yeah. So it's like that. So fast forward, it's going off, and Wickham is kind of tight. So fans are kind of getting on us. Me and Brad Guzan, so we stop after the game. It's 1-1. They come to the dugout and go off at me and Brad Guzan. I'm like, we ain't even played. Like, so Micah comes over, addresses the fans, tries to calm it down. Again, you come out the stadium, it's tight there. You can't not see the fans, and they were outside the tunnel. We had to wait for like an hour in the lounge, and
they're waiting.
Yeah, it's on. It's toxic. So I'm like, rah,
It's on.
like, rah, this is serious, like really serious. So I said, and I understood it because results weren't going well. Fast forward to the next game, which is Palace. Bearing in mind, LA Galaxy have said to, or Aston Villa said to Galaxy, after these two winner games, we'll kind of resolve the situation, and whatever happens. Come out. So bearing in mind, they didn't play against Wickham.
You didn't play football.
Yeah. I come out against QPR. They read my name out and they boo me. Oh, it's I've never been so angry. Before a game, I was mad. Like, and the manager gave me the armband, so I was like, I was so determined to prove I wasn't the reason. I wasn't the sole reason. I contributed, but I wasn't the sole reason we were going down.
Yeah.
So we played a game. It's QPR. Crystal Palace. They've got the best away record at the time. We obviously got the worst home record.
Oh no.
We win 1-0.
Oh.
And I score.
Oh my. With the armband.
LA Galaxy's
I said,
gone.
what?
LA Galaxy's
I was
gone.
it was like an aggressive celebration. I didn't celebrate like euphoria. It was like aggression. Next day,
Randy Lerner's gone. You're staying, pal.
Yeah.
No.
Literally that. And I was never gonna kick up a fuss. Like, but I was like, yeah, I just
could have gone LA.
I would have been there now. I wouldn't have. This would have been on Zoom. It was like, yeah, it was like the time. So Ashley Cole went, Nigel, Stevie was there,
The man
and they signed Van Damme from Belgium.
Yeah, Jelly Van Damme.
Yeah, they couldn't wait till the summer.
Jean-Claude.
Because I knew I was gonna leave in the summer, so they were like, no, it needs to be now. So they signed him, and he like left side centre half. So I stayed.
Speaking of you was gonna go to America, right? It didn't happen, yeah. So let me just paint a quick scenario. You just won the Premier League with Man City. You're flying, going back into the Champions League. It's this day and age. Let me ask Specs a question before you answer.
Yeah. Wait, hold on.
Specs.
No.
Let me go.
This is not. This is my friend. This is not the first time we filmed together. So you're not gonna embarrass me in front of him.
Go on, Miles.
Go on, Miles. No way you lost it.
You just ruined it.
What?
He's just ruined it.
He's just won the league. Going to the Champions League.
Forget you, man, because you can't even see. TEGO.
Go on.
He's just won the league.
Yeah.
He's going to the Champions League.
Yeah.
A Saudi team comes in for him.
Oh.
Does he sign for a Saudi team?
We just won the Champions League, but it's towards the end.
Just won the league. What his second title?
Second title.
Okay.
He's in his prime.
Let me just look at this.
Second title.
The first title. Your first title. What's it?
First one or second? They're different ages.
Wait.
2014, where his next move is West Brom.
Does he go Saudi Arabia?
Going home.
I think he thinks about it, yeah.
I think he thinks about it.
I'm going to Saudi.
There was no thinking.
The first time, no, because I could have gone to Russia.
What?
That's when it was big dough.
Oh, Angie Makashkala.
Big dough.
You don't want to go to Russia, though.
No, exactly. I weren't going Russia. No. So I remember they come and said, they're in London, I want to meet you, the representatives. I was like, so I found my brother, like always found my brother, whatever. Absolutely. And he was like, you can't go. I was like, what do you mean? He said, you can't go and meet him because whatever you say, they're going to say yeah. And then you're going to end up in Russia. I was like, yeah, this ain't it. I just phoned him and said, I can't. And they sent a jet to Manchester to fly me down. And the club were aware, obviously. Like the club was saying, yeah, you can go. If it was like, I think it was the second year after the first title. So they were like, yeah, you can go if you want to meet him. And I was like, nah, I can't.
So you'll go Saudi now then?
Hell yeah.
You played with the best midfielders in Premier League history.
Did he?
Yeah. Yep.
He played for Fabregas?
With Carrick, Scholes, Gerrard, Lampard, and Vieira.
Oh, you did.
And Yaya.
Where's Vieira? Oh, City, Vieira.
And Yaya. Obviously, you played them at different ages in their career.
Yeah.
Lampard's at City at the end. Vieira's at City at the end.
It's a good Lampard, though.
Carrick, Scholes, Gerrard, it's all with England. Who is the best midfielder?
Yeah.
Woi.
Wow, there was no hesitation.
He's give different answers for everything I expected.
Yeah, it's the best. Listen, if I probably played with Stevie at Liverpool, it's probably different.
Or
and
Vieira in 2005.
The England team then was different because I don't know how you guys feel being fans of these teams. Like, I didn't feel at the time Man United fans wanted Steven Gerrard to be the best. They wanted Rooney to be the best. They wanted their players, and Liverpool fans wanted their players, and Chelsea, and it was. But now I think it's different. I think this generation of player, and I think that's why
Arsenal fans think Ramsdale's better than Pope and Pickford.
Yeah, but that's fair. That's fair. That's a fair argument. I don't listen. It's too close to debate that, but I'm saying what I think Gareth Southgate should get credit for is that harmony of.
Is that something you not envy, but you said I wish we had that?
Oh, 100%. 100%. Because them players will win you games. Them players make the difference, and if they're feeling a different way, then it's not gonna have the same impact on the game.
I feel that and I would have loved, I'm an England fan, right? Got an England song out if you want to go and listen to that, right?
It's bad.
But if the England harmony in the golden generation is good, does that take it away from the anger and the battling of the Premier League that we loved during that generation?
Potentially, yeah. But then you see, like, look at, say, the North London derby, yesterday? Yeah. Good game, right? Mm-hmm. Saka and Maddison are close. It doesn't, like, when you hear people talk about, you don't hear them. Why?
There's a moment, though, they I think Maddison tries to pick up Saka yesterday, and the other player comes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can still be aggressive. Like, let's say, me and Rio lived on the same road. Is it? That
must
spoke
be nice.
The whole time when he was at United and I'm up there. But we never spoke like that. It was like a respect. It doesn't mean that we're going out for dinner and I don't want to win any less when we play United. You know what I mean?
Well, it's funny because James Maddison completely ignored Specs at the North London derby yesterday.
I wasn't alone.
Didn't even look at him.
He ignored chunks.
Why?
But he basically said that he wanted to get in our heads. That's what he said to us.
He wants to get in your heads, but you're not playing.
Because we were on the pitch side doing all the Madison, He blanked us. Then he stuck his tongue at us in the tunnel. And after the game, said, just try to get in your heads. And he had a blinder.
Did it work?
He had a blinder, he did.
Of course it worked. I mean, we were upset.
Yeah, man.
And he played well.
You think it's
He
perfect?
turned Saka. Yeah. He turned Saka for the first goal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they're friends. Then Saka's doing his celebration, and it's.
No, he's not my friend though. To me, I take that very, very, very personal.
Yeah.
Madison can't step in Islington. He can't come and say it again.
You have to think about that. Think about where he's from.
Yeah, we got a couple yards. That's why.
Have you moved?
Have you moved? I moved. Yeah, I moved.
He's a good you.
He don't live there now.
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well.
Miles is hot. Miles is sneaky, you know.
He's a good you.
He's a good you.
He's a good you.
What do you mean? Why?
Exactly.
You went outside it, Izzy.
You
went outside
I've
it,
changed.
Izzy.
I've changed my life. I give myself to God. You know what I'm saying?
Specs, I got a good question here.
Yeah. Yaya Toure, chips.
You can ask that if you want.
Yaya Toure and the wine? How about that one?
That one then,
We've
go
got
on.
many.
Whoa. I don't know what this is coming here, so.
I'm just
these are my
saying.
people.
We had an interview. We interviewed Yaya Toure for
a brand.
Soccer Aid. That's what I was going to say, yes. I forgot what that was. Mate, he came. Boy, he was a bit lively, but he smelled of wine a little bit, allegedly. I'd say that.
Allegedly, you were there, big man. You tell us over here.
I protect footballers as well, you know. Sometimes.
You're not. You're throwing the story out.
Sounds like black crime to me, bro.
But I don't even know what the question is there.
Specs got a question.
Nah, it's just, I just, like when I met him, obviously it's Yaya, so I'm thinking, rah. But I got this like vibe of him, like, there's something wrong with the guy.
Look! Oh, something wrong with him. Why?
Alright, well, I've never, like, I gave him a hug. And I was like, what? I smell chips.
I've seen this.
I know, but I'm saying that this is facts. And then he goes, me and my wife, we turn around, it's his nephew. So I was like, I don't get it. Is he doing content
listen, it's not his first language, English.
Nephew and wife is not.
It's not his first language. It don't matter.
The nephew should be popping up as well. Like.
Yeah, man.
Good guy?
Oh, yeah.
Funny guy, innit?
Oh, hilarious. Hilarious.
And he's a joker.
He is a joker.
He's a joker, yeah.
I think he took U-Lot's club to a next level when he came. He just took it to a whole nother level.
Premier League was too easy for him.
Yeah, we were signing players like him, who's coming from a top Barca team, and then coming to us like, there was obviously other players, but
But when he came from Barcelona, he was a DM.
That's what I'm saying.
And when he came to U-Lot, he was attacking.
He was a DM at first, and then he just went number 10 and
just went crazy.
Was like,
oh, so you was there when he came?
Oh, yeah.
So did you know that he was gonna
do what he could do?
Yeah.
No. I didn't see that. We played Sunderland away. They had a corner. It fell to him on the edge of our box, and he ran the length of the pitch. And that was the first time we seen.
Yeah.
Was he consistent?
Yeah.
I think he's unbelievable, and I think he's my top. But if we're talking about people that do it for 10, I would have liked to have seen him have
6.
Not that 20 season, though. That one when he was exceptional. He didn't do that for 6.
Yeah, but the team wasn't the team then, basically. But the first time he did it was when we won the FA Cup, and he scored against United. He scored against... Like, if you look back in the big moments...
Yeah, he was there, man. He was a big player.
He's unbelievable.
Do you think he could play in this era now?
Yeah.
Like, easy.
Don't run, though, does he?
Yeah.
He don't run.
No, I'm talking about him. Forget Yaya.
Oh, me?
No, I'm talking about you, man.
So no one knew what you're talking about.
Just chill. What's going on? Just chill, man.
No one knew what you're talking about.
Just relax.
No one knew.
Are you two fight, man?
argue.
Yeah, that table's a mess.
I want to go to lunch. I want to go to lunch.
I'm gonna have to order my own food because I ain't gonna get none with these.
Yeah, do you think you could play in this era? You think it's too easy?
I don't think it's easy, but I think I could play. I think my attributes would allow me to play. Having played left back and now defending in bigger spaces.
Yeah, because you see Man City all the time. You probably watch more Man City than anybody. 4 centre backs, a centre back that could play ball, was left footed and could play left back. Ooh, you'd have started every game.
I'd have loved it. Loved that. Now to go and play there and get forward. And
Exactly.
The best part, I didn't like left back, but getting forward was nice. But I loved the 1v1. I love being like, now it's me versus you for this short distance or space or whatever. I was like,
I remember a period at left back that you had, probably obviously Everton.
Yeah.
You was doing bits though. Like, innit? He looked really, really good.
Like it.
Yeah, surprised that he didn't like it.
Like it because you was cooking it left back for a little piece still.
Yeah.
Too tall to be a left back though.
Oh, but Dan Burns doing
all right. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Visually,
Visually,
there's no rules.
There's no rules. Yeah.
Have you got a football thing like that?
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's like two left-footed centre halves.
Okay.
Specs, what's your one? The centre halves.
Yeah, you can't play two
left-footed.
No. What's your?
Oh yeah.
No gloves.
No. When I'm Football Manager, I can't play two black centre backs. Has to have one white, one black. Has to.
No, Sol Campbell, Colo Torre.
So about Rio and Sol, you never want to play that.
Specs, man.
I know that was just nothing growing up.
We come so far.
We come so far. What's that one? What's that one as well? Centre backs that put the sock over the knee.
That's Ben White.
Did you?
The right back though. He's a right back.
Did you tuck your
John
shirt?
Terry did that as well, and he did all right at the game.
Yeah. Did you tuck your shirt in or shirt out? I remember definitely shirt out.
It was both.
Yeah,
I
thought it was both.
It was both. I had a time. I always walked out with it tucked in.
Pardon? Shirt tucked in, buffing. I'm not gonna lie.
Buffing. Andy Cole, buffing.
Oh, that's your guy.
Andy Cole, bro. And that's the reason I wore my shirt tucked in was Andy Cole.
Is it?
But he looked immaculate, bro. He did his thing, and he was immaculate.
Yeah.
Jordy, ask him that Andy Cole question.
Really?
Yeah, go on.
Just defender though, but
PK's question.
So what? Who cares? It's Filthyfellas.
So ask him then.
I've got a better question. Specs, this is an important one. Who's better? And this isn't really subjective. This is just Joleon Lescott's opinion. Who's better, Peter Crouch or Emmanuel Adebayor?
Wow.
Take your time.
Adi's better.
Thank you.
Is it close?
No.
Consistency.
there you go. Matters.
Like, who plays to their best more often than Crabtree? Adi was a joke. Like, a joke.
Sit down.
Adi,
always
like,
stand up
when
when
he
you're wrong.
came to City, Adi was probably the striker that could do everything everyone had, and he could do it all. I seen Adi ruin a few careers, to be fair, at City. When he kind of got pushed to the side and he had to train with the 23s, players were getting released really fast because he was like,
I love that.
he was getting players released, like,
Is it?
and he was there. He was a madness, and he was mad because Mancini tried to like do him. Like, so he was training with the reserves, and then he made the reserves train at like 3 o'clock. But what he didn't realize was, instead of renting, Adi, then you just move back to London and you should travel every day on the train from London to Manchester. I was like, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what made me have a different perspective on players, because he was like, I save X amount on rent, and he said like, I've had to walk 3 hours to school every morning, so doing this,
it's nothing. It's a luxury.
literally, he used to get on the train, get to training for 2 o'clock. They would train at 3, and he'd be on the train for 5.
Do you remember Adi's goal for? His goal against Tottenham at White Hart Lane, the volley.
That was crazy.
The volley. You remember that goal?
Yeah.
Do you remember Crouch's goal?
Stoke against the City.
Yeah. What goal was harder?
It's Crouch.
Yeah, I'll probably say Crouches.
Can we get him out bad?
No.
What's the
No,
argument?
he was trying to say that Adebayo's one was harder because of the.
I think it's harder. Adebayor's one's harder because he's doing it on the run. He's doing it on. He's doing
I
it
need
on
to
the
remember that. I need to really. I remember Crouches was like, and I'm doing it a disservice at his, but the fact that I don't remember it to the level of Crouches means Crouches was better.
You know, at City, a lot of centre backs come in. How many did it take for you to think, okay, maybe now's the time?
It weren't the centre backs. It was the manager.
Oh yeah.
It was because when like Mancini, to be fair, we didn't really get on, but he brought in players. But I knew it was kind of be a case of if they play and they don't do well, I was going to get a chance again. And then if I stayed in the team, that was going to be fair. Where Pellegrini was like, I'm not going to play.
Is it?
I wasn't going to play. Like, so he signed Di Michaelis, and it was nothing to do with.
It was terrible as well.
Anything. He played like there was a period he was playing Di Michaelis and Javi Garcia. Javi Garcia's not a.
He's not.
Yeah, he's not a centre back.
Yeah, he's not a centre back.
Like, regardless of how good he is in midfield, he's not a centre back. And then when he's giving his reasons, like, so I go and see him. Like, because now I'm mature and I can have
a conversation.
And
he does speak English.
My memory is quite immaculate when it comes to certain things. So I was like, "These are the reasons." Okay, so you give me the reasons. Like, well, that can't be the reason because this, and this. And he kind of was like, "Yeah, I know. If I had the time again, I would choose different." Now I'm like, "But that don't help me."
That's so easy.
You know what I mean?
So
like,
easy to say.
Easy way out.
Yeah, but so again, that was probably I realised it wasn't a case of that. And at this point now, Man City don't need me. They don't, like, Vinny's not playing regular because he's injured. So they just need centre backs that can facilitate to a certain extent, and then the players will do what they are going to do.
Be honest, was there any centre backs that you?
Jerome Boateng. He was the one that I thought,
Like the ones that you think
that was terrible.
No, I thought if he gets a run, I won't get back. And he got thankfully, but he got injured, so he came.
Man almost said thankfully.
No, but I don't wish that. But I know one. But he went. So do you remember there used to be an international game before the start of the season,
Ridiculous,
like that week. So he went away, came back, and he kind of injured his knee in that fixture. I think it was on the plane. Literally, the lady with the trolley like licked his knee.
Oh, I hate that.
And licked it. So he needed the ups, and he never really recovered to the level.
It's made of glass.
Wait, he got hit by the trolley and needed an operation.
Something like that, yeah. But obviously,
that trolley's heavy though. Then women struggle, bro.
That's tough to go out like that, boy.
Yeah. So then he kind of never. But no, he did alright after that though.
Yeah,
he went to
bar.
Yeah,
That's a headline, boy. Boateng got injured by Ryanair. That's mad.
But he was the one that I was like, because he played pre-season, and he went from like centre back. Played first half was centre back, second half was right back. I was like, ooh,
crazy.
He's doing stuff.
How old is he then? 21.
Yeah, he was young.
So who's the one where, like, respectfully, is the one you think, I'm playing with him today, so I got to do more of the work. Like when I film with him, I'm like,
shut up, man.
You know what I'm saying?
In my career,
yeah. Boyata.
No, Dedrick was decent.
Yeah, he's wicked.
Dedrick was decent, yeah. And what you got to think about when you're playing with a younger centre back, he's gonna listen. Whether it helps him or not, he's gonna like. I'm gonna say, Dedrick, we need to do this to suit me, but he's gonna be.
So who didn't listen? I wanna. Yeah, who was the stubborn one?
And it's stubborn, and I'll say this because we're really close off the pitch. Kolo, me and Kolo couldn't have the synergy, and we was brought to play together, and we just couldn't.
Synergy was off.
Yeah, it was off, way off.
He just goes off and does his own thing, innit?
It was kind of, yeah, but again, it wasn't on the greatest respect.
Yo-Yo
was a Kolo's a big deal. Kolo's a big deal. So there, invincible. You know what I mean? So he, a legend of the game, but we just couldn't get it. Couldn't get the synergy.
Can I ask you about some of the wonder kids at Manchester City? I don't know how much of them you was around, but there was like Stephen Ireland, Micah Richards was obviously one, but the one that I loved the most, and I wanted him to sign for Arsenal, but I don't know what happened. He got a mad injury. Was Michael Johnson? Oh, how special was that boy? And
yeah, you know ball then if you know him.
When I was gonna ask that question, but I let him.
You let him, yeah. when I came, so he had a really bad injury. So when I came to City, I was he just getting back to fitness, and I said to the physio, I said, "Are we not allowed to tackle him like in training because he's injured?" He's like, "No, he's fine." Like literally, no one could get near him.
Oh,
I just thought he was floating. In training, he was, yeah. But again, there's so much more to just playing.
Yeah, man.
Like, and especially when you've been injured, like, there's a maintenance that has to come with that. That means when everyone's getting 2 days off, you only can have one. Like, you have to go in and do the right things to make sure that you're okay.
We've established that he knows ball because me and him, with us, the synergy's been a lot, unlike you and Torre, right? But how good?
You claim to know what it's like for a cart to hit your leg on a plane when you're like not.
That's one of the ones. That's one of the ones we agreed with.
What that's like.
Excuse me. But I've got 28-inch thighs, biggest in the football league, so I kind of know what it's like to have. You know the ones there. Okay. Anyway. He wasn't in the league when I was in the league.
No wonder why your pipe's so small.
Sticking on to what you said, Johnson, would he have been an England regular? In your opinion?
Who knows? Like, you can't say that. Because if you would have been, he would have been. You know what I mean? Like, there's obviously there is a timing element to everything, and I think that's the most important thing that happens in football. And I don't think players are in control of that. You just have to be ready for that time, but you don't know when that time's coming. But in terms of England, I think for the way England played, he probably wouldn't have been because he was better in a free. England only played a two. Like, I think one of the most unlucky players is Tom Huddleston.
Yeah. He's on my list.
Tom Huddleston, technically the best I've ever seen.
Born with it, boy.
The best I've seen. The
best
I've played with.
Though, but he was good.
No, but it doesn't matter. Like, there's people that are technically superior.
That's him. You're with him at West Brom, right?
Wolves. He came on loan. He came on loan to Wolves with Glenardo.
Oh, is it?
But he came but literally, technically.
Oh yeah, he was good. Like,
there's question marks over current players.
Yeah.
The spaces are too big, and you need to condense that or make the team more compact. And it's like, yeah, because the formation that they're playing in doesn't suit their profile.
What about Jack Rodwell?
Oh, remember him?
Nick to Livin.
I don't even know the follow-up.
Nick to Livin.
What?
Nick to Livin?
Jack Rodwell. Are we going to do that here now?
Did you play with him for 3 teams?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Sunderland, Everton and City.
So you might know him better than most people.
Yeah.
Or that story.
What story?
I mean, the story.
How he ended up in Australia? He's in Australia. What happened?
Nah, I've got a good story. Go on.
I just don't know what happened.
The story of Jack.
No, give us your story.
The story is now. This story about this is like back when he passed his test and stuff. This is not football related. That like he took him about 7 times to pass his test, and then he couldn't like figure out how to get to training ground. He was like paying taxis to go to the training ground so he could follow them.
No way.
Yeah. Jack ran well, man.
That's how he ended up in Australia. No direction.
No, but Jack, like in terms of talent, yeah, he was up there. He could play.
Injured wonder kid.
He was a mad talent, but I don't think he got enough coaching.
Like your move when you carried on a bit in the championship and got that extra coaching with the men.
I think in the greatest respect to us both, I think I was more intelligent because my talent wasn't as high.
Interesting.
Like I think his talent was higher than his intelligence, and by the time then you get to the top level, then you need someone else.
Do you think there's something he did wrong? Do you think maybe he should have gone City?
After City, he went to where? Sunderland, right?
Yeah.
Is he a bit of a trigger? Like you watch Only Fools and Horses?
Nah, he's not that guy. But as he said, in terms of...
I heard that when he was saying certain things, I heard a bit of trigger.
No, but what I'm saying is to play at that level, that elite level, your intelligence needs to be like...
Do you know some of the Everton youngsters though that come through, because they had some good youngsters at different times. The only one that really persevered was Wayne Rooney, and maybe because he left a little bit earlier as well. So maybe there's just something in the coaching.
Wazza was a different
level. Different level.
Yeah, he's a match winner. He's got that Yaya and Steven Gerrard ability.
Do you know who Joleon played with at Wolves? And his one's for Poet, Specs, Margs, Stevo.
Yes. E. Banks Blake.
Yeah, but not him.
I didn't play with him.
No, that's way before.
You don't know ball. You don't know ball.
No.
Spurs
Gonzalez. And that would have been for everybody. No, he played with Tamuri Katspire.
What? That ball-headed
Wait a minute.
hero.
For Newcastle, he kicked off the thing.
Yeah.
I was going to say that as well.
Yeah.
I played with a few, man. I played with Andy Sinton.
Andy
Sinton,
Sinton.
left
Chop.
wing.
He had a chop and a half, boy. And
Aaron Anderton.
Injured all the
Shaggy.
time.
His name was Shaggy. From Scooby-Doo.
All right, I was going to say, why? Why was it Shaggy, boy?
Scooby-Doo. Yeah.
He went nine napper as well, yeah? Jeez.
Really?
What was Tamuri Katspire though? Because all we know really is that Newcastle team and him kicking the advertising board.
He was quiet, just like professional, very professional. Most of them like players from that part of the world are serious about their craft. He signed me actually at AEK Athens.
Did he?
Hey, we're coming.
That's why you like saying good words about him.
You can't say nothing bad about him.
He's a good guy.
Nah. Got nothing bad to say about him.
You know, all through your football career, what did you do in your spare time?
Early FIFA.
Wasted a lot of money.
Brother, I played FIFA a lot.
Is it?
Yeah, man. I was like serious.
Oh, at least you didn't get in trouble though. Like you didn't have a studio in your house or anything, did you?
But that's the thing. I don't know why that's a bad thing. Like because back in my generation, the only thing you could do that wasn't deemed disruptive was play golf. Yeah. I'm like when I see like people talk about storage and they say he's at the Mobos or he's doing, I'm like, that's okay.
That's my football thing though. My players can't
do anything.
They can't rap.
Why though?
Why? I don't get that.
Short sleeves and gloves. Do you know? Okay, who's the best rapper footballer? You know.
I
don't know any.
You wrote bars though.
Who me? I ain't got bars.
You're a liar.
You're from Brom, bro. Everyone from Brom writes bars.
To be fair, I got a couple of lines, but they're not bars. They're not bars, mate. They're not bars.
Oli, that ain't yours.
Oli. That's our era, though. That's his wheel.
That's what you man talk about. Northern guys, you just think come up north. He's just Oli. That's head.
He calls you a dickhead, you know.
You a dickhead, bro. He called me, bro.
What was the music them way?
Niche.
Dubstep, man.
Whoa. Why you think this is a different planet down here? Why we had the same music?
No. We had the same music, but you lot, obviously Leeds had the niche, but Birmingham had the niche, the bass line.
Jungle was a big guy, probably in Birmingham.
Yeah, niche was a thing though.
Niche, I'd never heard of that.
Nah. What? Now you know what it is? Because niche is a club. Yeah, it's Leeds. It's a club called Niche.
To me. That's them, man.
This is the Heartbroken and that, innit? Them kind of tunes.
Yeah, that's
yeah, till
Leeds,
2 and that.
Leeds,
Yeah,
cool. Is in the video?
Yeah.
Be honest, you don't go training hungover or anything like that though.
No way.
Yeah. Professional,
man.
Was you professional?
Yeah, I tried to be.
Must be. Must be to get to the. He got to the top.
Some guys got there drunk.
Whoa. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. In his generation, there wasn't a lot, mate. Not to get to the top.
I was probably lucky because the start of my generation was we're probably getting there drunk, where I wasn't. So the things I was doing was a real impact. Had a real impact on my career. Where now I would probably just be normal. You know what I mean? Where back then I was doing pre-activation, warming down, and lads weren't doing that. Lads were drinking beer. And
why were you doing that?
Because I knew I needed to.
Who's telling you?
The doctor. So when I got injured, I had obviously a bad injury, and then he kind of explained that it was serious and what I needed to do, and if I wanted to kind of have a career, I just needed to do these things, and it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard for me to do them things.
It's standard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But even then, like, I don't understand. Like, even when I speak to, say, my kids or younger players, I'm like, it's online now. Like, you can go online and find a template of, regardless of your technical ability, to improve what you've got. You can go online and you can get a template of what to do.
But Lescott, do you know what's online as well? Distractions.
100%.
So it's like you can be online and do that.
100%. But that's what I'm saying. So you can't tell me that you want to do it if it's there. And if I said to you,
yeah, but she's there.
Oh, you don't know what to do.
What I'm saying?
If I said to you, oh, you don't have to do this skill on FIFA, you go online and find it. But if I'm saying to you, how are you going to improve your speed or your touch? It's online.
The people you're talking of ain't the people he's talking about.
Nah.
It's two different sets of people.
What? I'm talking about Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney what? He wasn't professional.
I didn't say he wasn't professional.
Yeah, you can't compare Rooney because you're comparing him to Ronaldo. You ain't comparing Rooney to every other player. Like,
so do you think it's like you said, it's online?
Oh, Cherie said it.
Yeah, it is because he's a professional.
Yeah.
Go on, Miles.
So like you said, you just got to let
one of them guys.
go.
It's got to have a name on it to be real. You know what I mean?
Authenticity.
So like you said, obviously it's online for the youths to go get it, like improve their speed and their touch and like whatever is there. And like he said, the girls and everything's online. So do you think it's like a double-edged sword? Do you think it's easier or harder for like youth to break through now then? Because there's loads of distractions, but it's there at the same time.
I think it's the same, but a higher scale, because like I'm saying, it's there now, but it wasn't there before. So the girls wasn't there, but the information wasn't there. So it's the same, but now they're both there. So they both wasn't there, and now they're both there. So it's down to the individual to choose what he wants to do. Like there's just less excuses
now.
There's more distractions.
I think there's
less excuses.
I think there's less excuses to find the information, but in terms of like just lifestyle, because when you're a child, you're gonna just be hanging with your brethren. You know where I'm coming from. So if there's a young footballer, 15 years old, hanging with his friends, that aspect of going to find out how to eat right and all of that when them man are going McDonald's, it's gonna be difficult for you to get into that practice. But the distraction practice,
there's more distraction.
£1,500 on bloody coins on FIFA and Gallon. I think them distractions.
That's a good distraction.
Yeah, but you know what? STEVO might be right though, man, because you just grow with the times, innit? So these young footballers are growing up in a time that these the distractions weren't there. So it's their normal, innit?
Yeah.
The youths with the ability that want to reach top level are gonna do the things.
They're watching him. They're listening to him talk about this. You didn't have when we grew up. There wasn't our favourite players talking like this. They had to keep guarded. We're now hearing that he's saying that you do the extra stuff after training, before training. We didn't know that,
and it wasn't glamorized. Like you knew to play football was to play football. You didn't know what anyone earned. You didn't know what car they drove or like where they lived. That wasn't a motivation in terms or a glamorization to say, oh, this is what you can have. And it's difficult because parents are seeing that as well. It's not just the kids.
What's the biggest thing in football today that you think I wish we had that?
Saudi.
bench cam.
It's kind of one of them.
9 subs.
Probably the training facilities. Probably.
Yeah, I'll probably say accessibility. Yeah, that would be a big thing because again, that wasn't hard for me. The extra bit wasn't hard to do. So if you've got more support around that, I'll probably take that.
Okay.
You're part of now a coaching setup of one of the best generations of English players potentially coming through. You also in the under-21s yourself. What is the difference, do you think, with these kids, especially the ones coming from academies now, to the ones that you were playing with and you were around?
The difference, the detail is different. No, not probably, is different. But again, is it creating more talent or more volume? That's the difference. So the ones say like Phil Foden was gonna make it.
Yeah.
Like he was helped along the way, but his talent and his understanding of the game is different to a lot of players. But for my generation, like I said, is Phil Foden different to Joe Cole, and their circumstances were totally different. Joe Cole was probably told just go and create, where Phil Foden's probably a bit more prescribed. But listen, there's no one way that's going to help more players, because if that was the case, everyone would be doing it.
Do you think you boys go in to coach these players? Is it harder to reach them because they've got so much installed in them already to say, here's how we're going to do it differently than everything you've been coached to play like at City, at Chelsea, at Arsenal, at United?
But you don't do that. You coach away that, and that's what I believe coaching should be, is get the best out of them. Like, isn't the case of, well, we need to do this, well, because that doesn't suit every player. What suits the majority of the players that you've got at your disposal, well, this way. So then you execute that, and then my role within that was the detail. So the manager's asking you to do this with your abilities and your capabilities. You're going to have to do it this way. It's going to be different to the next man, and that's what I think is different with defending to attacking. Because I don't feel, if you've got two types of winger, you don't ask them to play the same way. But if you've got two types of defender, you say, I need you to play like this and play a high line. I'm like, but it doesn't suit everyone. Like, it kind of has to suit the format of what you're trying to do has to suit.
Which way that team this summer, that special, was just like everyone had everyone's job.
Oh yeah.
Like, you had fluidity, players were doing wingers up front and switching sides, and midfielders taking positions.
But Lee Carsley is the catalyst for that. Like, as much as the talent was unique, he's kind of seen and recognised this is what it needs to be. Like, in the greatest respect to that team, I worked with the 21s a few years ago, and that team was like Maddison, Phil Foden, Tammy Abraham, Solanke. Like, that was a super talent as well. You know what I mean? Like, that, they're not average players. No. But
Solanke.
You know what I mean? So it's
no, he's a good player.
There was like Tomori, Kayo Tomori. So there was a lot of talent. So it's just finding a way to gel it all together and recognising, like Liverpool now, hopefully they go with it. And Curtis Jones is playing as like a holding midfielder. He'd never played like that really until the summer, and then he plays like the summer. He was like arguably one of the best, if not the best, in that position.
There's a superstar in that 21s that should be playing for the first team though.
Who?
Emile Smith-Rowe.
Are you still doing that?
What, M should play for what, the seniors?
Yeah, he should be playing for the first team in England.
Where?
What do you mean where?
What, the seniors for England?
Yeah.
Where? What position?
He's stuck in a corner.
What do you mean stuck? What do you mean stuck?
You mean Arsenal?
Well, he should be playing for Arsenal, obviously, but should be playing for the World Cup as well.
Can't even start for Arsenal.
He could start
for a World Cup.
Yeah, defo ready for the World Cup and the Euros. 100%.
You put him in a bad position here. There's a player that he's coaching. You're not making a point. You're just saying.
I'm saying he should just be in the first team.
He played for us.
Yeah,
no, of course he was amazing.
He was amazing. That's what I'm saying. I think he's too good for the 23s now.
He wants to upgrade him.
He needs to upgrade. He needs to go up.
Yeah, he played there, but instead of who? That's the thing. It's not a case of he can't play up, but instead of who?
He's asked you a question.
Oh, he's asking you a question, bro.
Oh, you want to answer it?
Instead of who? Who shouldn't be playing in?
He could get in front of Maddison.
But he doesn't play in the same position. Maddison doesn't play as M's only played as a winger.
He could play at 8.
No, I'm not saying he can or can't. He's only played as a winger for England and Arsenal.
Come on, Miles, man. Hold your hand up halfway through. Say my
Curtis
bad.
Jones playing a hold. They might change it like they changed with Curtis Jones.
Yeah, but we played him a different position. And then Liverpool played him a different position, like Arsenal. For us, he played as a 7 or 11 wide players, and then for Arsenal, he only plays at that. So then to say I'm not saying he couldn't play, but now you're asking him instead of who. It's different, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's like people used to have that argument about Phil Foden. He's saying when he was younger he should play for City, but I'm not saying he shouldn't or he can't. But now you're asking David Silva's got like David Silva's not playing bad for him to play. You know what I mean?
Right hand. Thumb together. My bad.
One of the great things you did at the under-21s and Lee Carsley, it was amazing. Is like what they did fluidly with the striker situation, which is brilliant because Anthony Gordon was unbelievable when he stepped in there, right? But there's also talk now that there's a problem developing strikers in not just England, around the world, and that the next generation is maybe not going to have that number of strikers that maybe the generation before did. Do you see a fix for making the next great English striker?
Yeah, not even strikers. I think it's players in general. I think there is a need for academies or 23s to implement more pros, like older players. So you're having to find different ways, because I feel academy football is kind of prescribed. It's kind of the same. So everyone wants to play the same way, and when you do that, the best teams at doing that will win. So strikers, wingers, fullbacks, centre-halves, you receive it the same way. You kind of get the same scenario, picture painted. You score the same way. You can see the same way. So it's kind of the same where then you get into a first-team environment and you'll go into a championship team. We're not doing that. We're going long. So now can you receive it with a player up your back? The chance you get is a swivel chance rather than a one-on-one. And it's kind of like, oh, that's brand new. You haven't been exposed to that. So it's like, how do we expose them to that? And I think you have to expose them to that by playing against pros. Because what I say is like, what Pep's done for English football is amazing, but he's also give coaches a false hope. Like if the way teams want to score now in League 1, League 2, he's like, oh, we pass it out from the back. I'm saying, no disrespect, if that could happen, you wouldn't be in League 1 and 2. Yeah. You'd be playing at a high level. Yeah. So the amount of times
you have to start that in order for you to advance.
But the amount of times you can do that doesn't warrant you doing it to that level. Like and at that level, it isn't about development, is it? Like it's results. People. Yeah. So
it's business.
I take like Joel Lescott, right?
Yeah.
Really good centre back. Not the tallest.
Right back.
Yeah, centre back, right back. Not the tallest. Man City was obviously a big ask for him. He's gone to Swansea, he had a great time. Coventry, I think he looks really, really good. You can see a future Premier League player there, but it's like Coventry, the way they play is to allow players to look like future Premier League players. Which again
was the same, yeah, last season. But again, that's just he's kind of pathway. Like, would I have came through if I was at Arsenal?
Yeah,
probably not.
Yeah.
Would you say that's happening at Burnley now with Company?
A little bit, yeah.
Because he's got them looking like they can play Prem football to a certain extent, but it's not quite there. Yeah,
but that's that's a team. Like, it's difficult with a team because now there's 11 factors and components to that. Where when it's individuals, like Joel, say I know Joel, worked with him. So does he like have a bigger impact if he started at Coventry?
Yeah,
and he's been doing that for 4 years. You know what I mean? But again, the perception of it is, well, he can't play at City, then he has to go there. It's like, that's okay. That's not a failure.
I remember
it's good now.
In our day, so when I was at Orient, we used to get a lot of the West Ham players. We got Mikel Ledgerwood come from Wimbledon.
He played at Reading as well,
Yeah, we went to Reading. In fact, he went to Reading and done really well, went into midfield, but he was a centre half with us. Izzy Rickpen at the time.
Man.
He was the guy.
Izzy was
before
the guy.
his injury, right?
Yeah, Izzy was the guy.
But I used to
he
remember,
was like Rio after Rio. He was the guy.
He was the next guy, Izzy, right? I still speak to Izzy now. But I remember a few players that did come though, until we had another good one. These are the good ones I've named. Jamal Campbell-Rice was good.
Yeah.
Ricey was unbelievable.
He's coach now.
Is he coach now, yeah?
19s.
Oh, wow, is it? Didn't know that, right? There is
Adam,
some players
Adam
though.
Newton.
Who?
Adam Newton.
Newt's come. Still speak to Newt's. Cabby now, innit? Yeah.
Barry Johnson.
Never heard of Barry.
No.
Bazza. Point I was going to make though, we had a lot of players that come down from them clubs that wasn't levels though.
Oh yeah.
Barry.
Yeah, but also it wasn't a level or wasn't able to play at the level because not everyone is able to play at every level. So you can't assume that every top player can play at every level.
Yeah, and then vice versa.
And vice versa. Yeah. So does Pep the top players coach at every level? Probably not, because the requirements are different. Like I spoke to Cesc in the summer about coaching, and he was kind of like, it was new for him to have to explain what he wants 3-4 times. Like, he's coming from a school of, he's probably only ever been told once.
Yeah.
The players he's played with have only ever been told once, and some of them probably never been told, and they get it and grasp it, where I have to give you 3 lots of the same information
like
3 times. It's different, you know what I mean? So as much as you're saying he couldn't, because he's only used to having an option, like all of a sudden he gets, say it's Adam Newton, I don't know, this is the case. He gets the ball in, he's in the right back position. He's at West Ham, he's got the right winger there, the centre midfielder there, and the striker there. He gets to Leyton Orient.
Yeah, it's different.
He's hiding.
You got Griffiths,
you don't want it.
Griffiths up top.
He doesn't want it. So now you got no options. Now you're asking him to dribble. I'm not saying he can't. Now that's his weakness. So you're exposing his weakness rather than saying, well, if you give him these 4 options, he will definitely pick the right one. But when their options aren't there because them players don't want it, they're playing to their strengths. If a player that only wants to run in behind isn't shown to feet when he's used to a player showing to feet, that's impacting his game.
Can I give you another example? I got taught at an academy, QPR, and we always got taught, ball comes into the striker, held him, someone will come in front, sweep it up your midfield, so you hold him long enough for you. I went to Leyton Orient, it was through him all the time.
Let me ask you a question, Stevo. Why didn't you make it?
Why didn't I make it?
Yeah, because you know a lot about the game and you've been around these guys.
Why didn't I make it?
What do you think that
timing, Stevo? Timing. Timing's a real thing.
Go on. I just want to know, because you know a lot of ballers. Like, you know a lot about the game. What stopped you from making it?
Didn't try hard enough. After training, I had probably another 20 hours to go and practice using the training facilities.
Stevo, are you gonna answer Miles? Seriously,
Joleon Lescott's here.
I got respect for that. I got respect for that.
It's important for people to hear in it. Yeah, I didn't work hard enough. Why hadn't you made it?
The same. Not 20 hours.
Your birthday party tomorrow. It's got to be organised by Gareth Barry or James Milner. Who you choosing?
Where is it?
It's in Birmingham.
GB. If it's in Vegas, though, I'm going Millie.
Whoa.
Is it? Yeah, exactly. That's what I asked you.
He's got money.
Gary Barry, yeah?
Nah, they both got money. they're both comfy.
Who's your least favourite gaffer?
Remy God.
Oh, nah. He was okay guy.
Oh, really?
He's okay guy.
Mike did it like...
Yeah, he was different.
Remy God.
The most disappointing. Fabio Capello.
Oh, wow.
I thought I was going to learn the most from him, having him manage the greats of the game.
English wasn't great.
No, it wasn't great, but that wasn't it either. There was still more to it. I'm thinking, give me something. Let me know something that I haven't learned that you've managed. Nesta, Maldini, all them, man.
Yeah.
I can't learn one thing new. Like, come on, give me something new.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So he was probably the most disappointed, but not in a negative way. I just didn't.
You expected
he wasn't
more.
Yeah.
Opposite question, who did you learn the most from?
Glenado. Yeah, Glenado wasn't even close. And I wasn't because I was 21. It was because he was that guy.
Rowan Ricketts comes down with him from Tottenham.
Roach. Yeah, he came on loan to
Wolves.
Roach, yeah.
Bad
Roach,
boy.
I can nickname him Roach, yeah, man.
Bad boy player.
Roach.
Tony Pulis. He's got a reputation now. He didn't play Serge Gnabry.
Big face.
Nice cap.
What was it like playing under Tony Pulis?
I was there with Serge.
What was he like?
He said he was on a podcast the other day, Tony Pulis, saying if you'd asked anyone at that club at that time if you thought this guy was going to win the Champions League one day, they'd have all gone no chance.
What? Serge Gnabry? Wow.
And they didn't watch him at Arsenal before then.
That's a silly thing to say because people probably would have said that about me at Wolves. Is he going to win the Premier League? And you'd probably laugh. Like, there's a lot of people that you could say that about, but Serge, in terms of talent and what, because I commented on that post.
Oh, did you?
I was like,
I might have seen that.
What the problem is with when players go on loan, and I've worked with players that go on loan, is the clubs that are getting him thought he was an Arsenal player. If he was an Arsenal player, he wouldn't be on loan. And Arsenal didn't work with him enough to manage that. So why is he going on loan? So what does Serge need to improve in order to go to West Brom? What is he going to improve? Like, what's his weaknesses that he's going to be exposed to go on loan? And was there a conversation with West Brom to say, well, we need a player that can do this? If Serge can't do that, why are we signing him?
Yeah.
Like, and
just signed an Arsenal player.
Yeah, thinking he's an Arsenal player, but he's not an Arsenal player.
That's a good way of looking at it.
You know what I mean? Like, I've worked in that system to know you don't sign that player. You sign a player from that academy. But if he was that player, he would be playing for Arsenal. It's that simple.
But how many days a week did you spend practicing heading with Tony Pulis?
No, we did set pieces a lot.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I didn't practice heading because I didn't believe heading was it was footwork. Was for me. I believed if your footwork was right, then your heading, the timing would be right.
Who was next to you at West Brom?
Craig Dawson and
that's my guy.
No, it's my guy.
It's my guy.
It's my guy.
It's my guy.
You didn't know nothing about him, man.
Craig Dawson.
You didn't know nothing
in
about
every
him.
draft I'll pick him.
That's my guy, bro.
Well,
Craig Dawson. But he had me playing left back. I'm 33. I'm like, I can't be playing left back here now. This is a lot.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So where was Darren Moore? Was he there?
He was 23s. 23s manager.
Okay.
All right, then. We're just going to get to last couple of bits here. Tamuri Katsbaya calls you up and says, do you want to come to Greece?
No. At the time.
Yeah.
I wanted to play abroad.
Okay.
So that was the biggest kind of incentive. And it was the last day of the window. And I'd gone to Rangers. I wanted to go to Rangers. And the manager...
It's bad abroad, by the way.
Yeah.
QPR.
Warburton.
Yeah. Waste, man.
What? The bread?
So like he came down to see me. I said I kind of took a day or so to process it. Said yeah, went up there to sign, and he just made it so awkward to the point of where like I've gone to the training ground. I think I'm signing. I get there and he's not even come downstairs. He just stayed upstairs. You know what I mean? I was like,
it's a bit rude, isn't it?
Yeah, like there's respect. If you don't want to sign me now, because basically they were saying they could sign Senderos. So they're signing Senderos, which is fine. No, it's fine. That's not a problem. But there's a respect.
Well, let me just say it's not fine.
No, it doesn't matter. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Like, but come and do things the right way. Like, you know what I mean? So then he kind of, so then I was going back to Villa, and it's funny. I'll give you a story about that after. I was going back to Villa to train with the reserves, and I wasn't a bad pro or anything. So that was like the worst outcome for me. Was like I don't care. I can play in the Championship. That's not a problem, but I can't train with the reserves.
Is that really a thing for footballers? Like when you don't.
It might not be a thing for everyone, but it was a thing for me. I was professional. Like, so I've took this serious for so many years.
16 years of playing at the top.
Yeah, don't do that. With no explanation. With no explanation, and I wasn't disruptive. And so then I seen
that though, because they kept doing that
to players. Like I see Di Matteo at the Ukraine game.
Yeah,
and he came to me and apologized.
Serious?
He came to me and apologized for that scenario, and I was like, yeah, I didn't. It was okay because I'm not saying it was all you. It was like the owners and stuff like that. But there's a way to do things, and that in it. And he was like, yeah, I can't apologize. He said, so if you see Micah as well, can you? Because he kind of tried to do a certain thing to Micah. I was like,
trying to break you and make
he wasn't
you
trying to.
quit.
He couldn't break me.
There are parts of football I don't understand. I just don't understand these parts of football.
But that's the thing that people don't respect. So when you see players do certain things, there's always a balance of, well, someone's been told not to train. So as much as he's saying, I don't want to train, there's a 1,000 footballers that have been said, you can't train. So you got to kind of understand that.
You know when you almost move, yeah, and then the move falls through and you come back, do you get jokes?
Depends where it is. No one knew about the LA one, so that wasn't.
What about Rangers?
Now, because it was like literally 2 days apart. So I'd gone to Rangers, that didn't happen, and then on the way back, AEK Athens was reached out.
What about one of your teammates comes back then? You must shoot him a joke. Specs can't go say he's going sideman and come.
When Carlos Tevez went off and started playing golf, he came back. Oh,
no. We
wanted him back.
Yeah, you wanted him back. Yeah. Carlos was that guy. Remember his first game back, and I think he might have thought that. I think he thought that we was going to be different with him, but no way, not Carlos. We remember the times when you was the guy and you was closing down back fours on your own, and yeah, you held us down.
What are you saying? Is Sideman sniffing? Are they looking at me or something?
Well, if you thought you was going sideman and came back next week, we'd kill you.
Should I go sideman?
You can't say bye to the dinner ladies and all that and then come back. I can. No, you can't.
For one day.
So how do you end up in Athens then? Because that's a great place to go for a year.
Yeah, it was a nice place to live. It was different, like, but you're smiling, but it wasn't as glamorous as you think. Like,
I've been in Greece a few times, so I know.
A few times, yeah.
Yeah, I've been in Greece 3 times.
Like we take for granted, like fixtures. You don't get fixtures.
What do you mean?
You don't get the full season because of the corruption.
What?
So match fixing.
Huh?
6
yeah,
games. That's 6 games and it's done.
It's no. It's like you get like it's about 6 games in advance, and then you might say, well, we can't give you the rest because the 2 teams would
have a word. And
and then
what?
Referees' buildings were getting burnt down and stuff. Yeah, it was mad out there. But
what?
Things that I don't take for, like, I took for granted. Thought that was normal. Like the PFA, like that, they don't have a PFA. So when I'm leaving and the man's saying like, I know where you live, I'm like, bruh, what does that mean? You know where I live, so I need to go then today. So literally within 2 days I'd gone because he said, I know where you live and I can make it very uncomfortable.
What? Who says that?
Wait, who said that?
Fan or
the fan? This is the chief executive of the club saying to me, you need to leave. I'm saying, no, I'm fine.
That's how they won the Euros.
He's saying to me,
that's how they won the Euros. It's all coming out.
Yeah, he's saying to me, I know where you live and I can make it uncomfortable. I was like, yeah, I need to go.
Colin said something similar.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But because I knew, you know, when you hear about wages not getting paid, so I had in my contract like 15 days. If you didn't pay me within 15 days, I could leave. But then there was like, speaking to the government, you can't take money out of Greece because of the recession in 2008.
Yeah, you can't.
They don't allow money to leave their country.
They need it.
So then it was paying me local. I'm like, I need this to go home. Like
crypto.
Nah, it was crypto wasn't a thing. Crypto wasn't a thing, but I needed to go home, and they were like, that can't happen. And then all of a sudden, when they're saying I'm leaving, it can happen.
Well, I think we've exhausted most of what we're going to get through, apart from one question. Carlos Sanchez. What was that about? Carlos Sanchez.
Colombian DM.
At Aston Villa.
Oh, wow, yeah. I thought he was going to be good, man.
Sanchez. The midfielder.
I came to see you play Arsenal for Villa, and I remember watching him and just thinking, how is he still on the pitch?
Mate, I thought he was going to be good. I thought he had all the attributes to be a great player, but
yeah, he's not bad. He's not bad.
Okay.
He wasn't again. The timing of that, like, you got to think there was a lot going on then. Like Idrissa Gueye. You know, with that season he had the second interceptions to Kante.
Yeah,
and Leicester won the league. You know what I mean? So
the passes after the interceptions, lower percentage.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
But he done all right. PSG, he kind of did all right. So it's just the outcome of that season was a mess, man. That Villa team, we just weren't at the level required.
Was Henry Lansbury in your Villa team?
No.
You didn't say
that's
so.
championship.
You don't know, ball.
Well, you played championship, didn't you? Disrespect. That's championship.
You're rattled.
Yeah, he said it's gone.
He left.
Call a spade a spade, bruv. What are you talking about, bruv?
He left the year they went down,
yeah,
Steve.
right. You started laughing. Don't disrespect
You
people,
are
bruv.
rattled.
He said it's gone.
Come on, Steve-O. Tell him, man. How's the DJing career going?
Oh, it's all right, man.
Oh, you backed it in already?
Nah. Whoa, give me a chance, man.
What's your DJ name?
I haven't got one. Get the fancy. I can't. What do you think?
We should think of one now.
Less is, I like that. Less is more.
Less is more.
I like that. That might have to work in it.
That's the tag.
Did we see you DJing at Man City launch party?
Yeah, I've done some. I've done a couple events.
So what did they
corporate
put on the
events.
flyer?
Pardon?
What did they put on the flyer?
Hosted
What did
by-
they put on the flyer? Full name. You gotta carry some weight.
That's
gotta
house.
carry some weight up
Full
there.
name house. When you do house, they usually have their full government name in house.
Also, to be fair, H performed that
Yeah,
day
H and
in
boxing.
a Manchester City kit.
Oh, he was spinning all that. Garage.
You know when you do IB for us, do you reckon we can?
100%. If I get IFB for Rux, we're all there.
We're there.
He doesn't let people come to his gigs. You said that.
What do you mean? You all
said
came to
make
my
pay.
gigs.
You
You
make
came
people
to my
pay. You
headline
said,
show.
innit? There's no freebies with you.
What?
You're
on Jordy now, innit?
Did you pay for my headline show?
He said it last week. Relax.
If you remember, I'll tell you, he's a DJ, a big one.
Go on.
Steve Davis, the snooker player.
What, DJ?
But did Glastonbury?
Is it?
Bro, he's a big DJ. Yeah, bro.
What,
Yeah.
electronic or something?
Crazy.
Steve Davis is a big time house
That's
DJ.
an old man.
Is he from dubstep thing like you, man? Innit?
No, he don't. You don't do that.
You don't do
No,
dubstep.
no,
I was about
no.
to say, man. I wouldn't come out IB for Rocks if he was doing dubstep. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't forget what's going.
Oh, you owe me money for loafers, by the way.
Why?
Because I bought loafers the day you lot won the league. I was gonna go out, but you ruined my day.
Nah. That's them, man.
Well, thank you, Joleon Lescott.
Thank you guys,
That was
man. I
epic.
just want to say, man, keep doing your thing, man. I got a lot of respect for you, man. Do your thing.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Everyone follow Joleon Lescott and go watch
got more
England
followers
under
than all of
21
us.
games. Yeah, but there's the crossover there.
Now there we got a connection. Yeah, standard. You probably got more followers than me.
Nah.
You know.
I need to get to 50k, guys.
Follow
I need to get to
Margs
50K.
as well. Yeah, follow Margs.
No, this is end credits. Follow me on Instagram. I need 50k.